You're here on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez, and we got some guests today.
Yeah, we do got a guest. We got a former two-time world champion, Carlos Famoso Hernandez, coming on. And today I think we dedicated most of the show. And we got somebody else?
And Thomas Mattice coming on, undefeated prospect out of Cleveland, Ohio.
11-0, right?
Yep, 11-0. And I think it's going to be exciting. We're going to be talking to them, around about 10 after. Or between there.
Well, and also I think too, we're dedicated this show to more of the fan talk because we haven't had a lot of time with friends of the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think we focus on that a little more, getting some fan talk.
Well, yeah, actually, this kid, he is his I guess PR guy, I will call it. I'm not sure what No Selwan is. No Selwan was big with my career as far as he dabbled in with merchandise and things like that. He also was with the media. I would guess. I would say more so. He Noah was a big part of PR.
Yeah. And
he actually Sports Time Ohio did a lot of documentaries on me, and he was a lot behind the scenes on that, and he worked for Sports Time Ohio.
Yeah.
He's pretty big actually. Today, what he's working on for us, I don't know if you guys are a fan of him or not, but Geraldo Rivera. Noah went and had lunch with him today.
Wow.
So, yeah. And, Geraldo Rivera is a big time boxing fan, actually.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. He got all that experience from fucking making up shit.
Yeah.
They used to fight on this show all the time, though, man.
They used to fight. He got experience from the clan. The clan fought on his show, right? And the Black Panthers got in a fight.
He got blasted a couple of times.
Hi, Rebecca. Hey, Jaden. Yeah, hey, you forgot that shout out to
text me.
Yeah, we literally. I mean, we've been this past month. We've been going crazy on this show. Like, we've had so many guests. We haven't had much time to answer questions, so I think we wanted to make more time for that today.
And also we're breaking in, like I said, with my buddy Noel. This is his guy, and I like the kid. He's obviously, first of all, I like him because he's a big fan of mine. So, but it's local talent, young. We kind of got away from that a little bit, and I think today is going to be the start of getting the prospects on too. The young talent. Next week we're going to have Virgil Ortiz on the show.
Yes. Or
was
Junior.
Was that too early?
Yeah. No, it's fine. Dad said he.
Yeah, but no, so we want to get this young talent. Water coming up too. I think it's only fair. I truly do, and I think it's good for these guys. And
fuck
they fucking deserve it. So
yeah, I think so.
What's with you and your fuckets?
Fucking. Oh, I'm still in mode for my other show today.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah.
I did my other new show today.
Yep.
I have a new show. It's called Other Posting, and what it is what we do is me and Robert, good friend of mine, Robert, we get online and we collect all the posts from MMA and boxing and the dumb shit that we see. We basically roast all the dumb shit posts that we see.
Kind of like that one episode a little bit with Joe Rogan and Matt Brown, but you guys go more so just directly towards
the name of the person.
Yeah, that was.
And I think you're coming on too next week, right?
If you guys say the word, shall be done.
You're coming on. And we got something else in the works. I need to talk to you about another show. It's kind of like, well, I'll talk to you in a minute, but it's huge coming up. Right. But yeah.
I would like to also say hello to Charlotte Messer, right?
Yeah.
I can't pronounce the last names that well. Well, I can. I just don't want to fuck them up. But I'd like to say hello to Charlotte. Thanks for tuning in and watching the show. Appreciate it, hon.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I don't know. We got So what a lot of people, they've been wanting to talk to you about the Bill and Graciano says hello from New Jersey. What's up, Bill? How are you?
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
They want to talk about the Brandon Rios fight. Well, I know we've talked about it for a couple weeks, but we haven't really gotten into big details about the fight.
Yeah, we did last week.
But we never really gave.
Mainly, that fight's going to come down to people are underestimating, and I don't know. I'm not saying Danny Garcia is, But from the fans, they think that Brandon Rios is done. You know, they think that this is going to be. Seems like they think that Danny Garcia is going to walk through him.
Danny Garcia's really never walked through anybody other than that old Eric Morales.
Don't see him nowhere close walking through Brandon Rios.
No, I don't either. But, you know, to be fair, Brandon's on the backside of his career. He's on the back 9, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it does not mean this man's not formidable. And it don't mean he won't knock you out.
Exactly, that's what I mean. I mean, Brandon's always in tip-top shape. He's always going to be able to hit hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's not going nowhere. So, I mean, this is going to be...
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an interesting, very, very action-packed fight.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that Brandon's going to win. I'm not saying that. I have the fight a 50-50 fight. That's honestly the best I can come up with on this fight. Yeah. I can't see, like, any distinct advantage one has over the other. I mean, punching power, it has to be Brandon, man, on the punching power.
I think so.
On the boxing skills... I don't know. I think Brandon's a great inside fighter, and I think Danny's a good outside fighter.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, you can't pick because somebody can fight on the outside that they're a better boxer.
No, experience, it's equal, right down the middle.
Yeah.
I
agree.
It's equal. There's not more experience in the bright lights because they both have had it. But what I want to know is the experience. I want to see the experience when shit gets rough, and you know you're in those 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th round trenches, the championship rounds, and I want to see who has more. And so far, Brandon's proved that multiple times.
Exactly.
And I've never seen that from Danny. We saw him. What did he do? He caved against Thurman on those championship rounds.
I agree 1,000%. You know, Brandon is a big body worker.
Yeah.
He invests in that body early, which, you know, come into the fight.
Yeah.
That takes a big toll. So.
And I agree with you 100%. Also, I think also with Brandon going back to Donald and Robert, I think that might, and being closer to home, that might have gave him a psychological advantage of not having traveled as far. Yeah. I think Ricky's a fucking great trainer. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything bad. Ricky's underrated as a trainer. I think he gets that reputation as his trainer of the stars.
Yeah.
But he really is a knowledgeable guy. He fought pro himself.
Well, look at all the talent that has come through his gym. Though. I mean, God, you got the Mayweathers that in there, Chavez.
Let's just go back to Michael Nunn, James Toney, the Oilers brothers. It goes on and on.
Yeah.
But if you
work
under Joe Goosen for 25 years, you're going to learn something about boxing.
Well, obviously, yeah. And that's true. And, you know, the thing with Brandon, I mean, that was just out of his, when I say element, I mean, it's not that he was so much uncomfortable at the gym. Yeah. It was just a long drive that he was, right?
3 hours. 3 hours each way in traffic, being away from the family.
And speaking from experience, that is a different thing towards the end of your career, after you've been doing something so long and being, you know, put somewhere.
Yeah.
Usually, again, a fighter ups and changes everything early on in his career when he ain't got the family and kids and when he ain't had a world title.
Yeah.
And when he's trying to become a world champion, that's when they go. You know what I mean? And they end up getting with a trainer and shit like that. You don't do it after you have money and
a title.
Yeah, numerous belts and.
Well, what did Oscar De La Hoya say? You can't get out of. It's hard to get out of silk pajamas and do road work.
It's fucking true,
isn't it?
It is.
I'm asking you, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
That's the main reason why I never went back.
Yeah.
You know, like the longer I stayed retired, and I kept waking up in my bed. I'm like, fuck it.
Silk pajamas, like fuck.
Well, they weren't silk pajamas, but
I know what you mean though. You know that you don't have to do anything today.
I sleep with my motherfucking undies on.
Don't do that. You give Charlotte a heart attack.
Free ball on it.
Bill Angresano, which I can't argue with him. I mean, there's no argument there. He said the overall better fighter.
Ooh.
What? Bill said the overall better fighter is Garcia. Should give him an advantage. I don't know if he's overall the better fighter. I think it's a fight like that, Bill. I believe it comes down to intangibles. I don't think it comes down to who's the better fighter because there is not one clear thing that makes Garcia better than Rios. One's better than this, the other one's better at this. You know, there's nothing. It's going to come down to who wants to fight more.
If Rios was fighting a Crawford or something, then you say, oh shit, you know, he's going to have to dig deep because he's behind, you know, he's going to have to go in and utilize his body work and go for it all.
Yeah.
This fight here, there's not a clear cut advantage.
No. And if he was fighting Terrence, I would say, hey, you know what? At least Brandon's making a good payday. You know what I mean?
And again, you know, when people were getting like Brandon is not your guy that gets hit and takes the knee and fucking, you know, easily. Like Brandon is a fucking dog. The harder you hit him, the happier he gets.
He smiled when he fought Alvarado. He smiled in the corner and he said, "What do you say? I love this shit."
Yeah, that's he lives for that. That's why he's still fighting.
That's why he said when he said he loves getting hit more than he does having sex. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a fucking dude that don't give a shit.
It's true. I mean, he's just one of them type guys. You're going to be in a fucking fight,
and then
you better make sure that you could go 12 hard fucking rounds,
right? And then you got Danny Garcia in his recording studio, doing stuff with his dad.
Yeah,
business. I'm not, but business to business to business. If you're working 20, you have 20. If you have 20 irons in the fire, it's hard to concentrate on your iron.
No, not really though, because he's obviously. I mean, he's winning and he's fighting. I mean, it's working at some point. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. He's where he's at because of
8 years ago was working, but now that he's people aren't realizing he's getting older too.
Mm-hmm. No, we'll see. I mean, that could play in. You know, hopefully he's got trustworthy people that could give him a little break from all that shit and let him train. But
I believe his father always has his best intentions. I don't think he's the brightest guy in the world, but I think he always has the best intentions for Danny. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, let's give Thomas and Noel a call.
All right, let's give Thomas a call.
Let me get up in here.
This Coke Zero is not that bad.
That tastes really good.
It's not exactly like Coke, but it's like.
Did we get this hooked up?
Oh yeah, here, plug this in.
Bottom of it.
Oh yeah, don't be touching my wiener.
I'm not.
You were touching my.
I was touching his second belly button.
No, you weren't. You were touching my ween. You're lying. Quit lying. Uh-oh.
Broke that too.
No, it did break. Is that right? What?
No, the computer's not on.
Oh no, let me turn the broken computer on. That'll help. There we go.
All right.
All right, we got it, guys.
We got the coolest technology and equipment.
Kelly broke my computer today. So if anybody wants to set up a GoFundMe for a computer, you know how to find me. How you doing, Sonny? There he is.
What's going on?
Hey, who am I speaking with? Is this Thomas?
Yes.
What's going on, bud? You're on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all having me on there.
Oh, no problem, man. We both got a mutual friend, good friend, Noel Salwan.
Yeah.
So how's things going, Thomas? I mean, what do you been up to? And let's get into a little bit about you real quick. You got any fights coming up or anything?
They talking maybe late March, early April. I'll be going back in. So I actually just started back training yesterday. I took a week off after the fight. Yeah. So we back to the basics.
Yeah, I hear you on that, man. That's what I was going to get into in the next question. You came off a victory against, I believe your last fight was Ronaldo Chania?
Yes.
Yeah, and it do seem like, from what I was reading on, a good fighter. What was he, 16-0 or
15-1?
15-1
draw.
Yeah, how was that?
It was a real tough fight. It was a good fight. It was big for me. It was a tough task, but we overcame it.
Yeah. No, I understand that. Sometimes those are the nervous fights too, though. There's a lot of pressure at that point with them type fights.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, but and also I wanted to throw out there, guys, if you didn't know, Thomas, you're from Cleveland, and Thomas had an extensive amateur background. A lot of tournaments and
72 and 12.
What was it, 72 and 12 or 13?
Yes. 72 and 18.
72 and 18.
Yeah, and So, hey, a funny one with Kenny Porter and Sean Porter. You're pretty close with them guys, huh?
Yeah, they're my guys. Real good guys. Good guys.
I was talking with Noel, and he mentioned something about Kenny put a bet on your fight too, one of your fights or something. Yeah.
Yeah. He was very upset. He was disappointed. You know, we came short in the fight that I should have clearly won, and he bet it because he just knew I was going to win for sure. You know, it didn't come out that way. He was very upset.
Yeah. You know, Kenny, he did that with me. Shit, that man, we're talking about a while ago, back in '99 or 2000. It was at the U.S. Championship Regionals, and I was fighting Brandon Bush, and Brandon Bush, you know, was a big name amateur at that time. You know, still had the name, and man, Brandon Bush was just a loud type dude, and always talking shit. And the only thing I remember with Kenny Porter was right before the first bell rang, I heard him scream across, you know, like in the stands. He was like, "I got $50 on the white boy," or $100. And you got to remember, like, me and Kenny went back because I was fighting all the years before that up in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And I ended up beating Brandon Bush, and then of course I knew that he definitely made the bet because he was chasing the people that owed him the money.
It sounds a lot like the stuff that Floyd Sr. used to do with you at Top Rank Gym. Roger Mayweather used to do with you at Top Rank Gym. Same thing.
Yeah. So I mean that's pretty funny. So you know, but what I wanted to get into with you, Thomas. You know, a couple of weeks ago on the show we were talking about we brought up Youngstown and you know the amount of world champions that came out of here. You know, and just in this small little city of 75,000 now, I say, and we had 5 world champions. But I would tap into more so, like, especially in the amateur program, Northeast Ohio, and the talent just from the amateurs and the pros. Man, especially a young talent like you, what do you think that makes it so special in like Northeast Ohio? You know.
It's the competition, you know, like I said, and especially coming through them amateur Golden Gloves and all that. It's like every night a hard fight. You don't get no easy day. So you know, you fighting real stiff, stiff competition. Like my first fight, I fought my first amateur fight. I fought Antonio Neves, you know, who just fought for a world title, you know, in 2017. And a few fights after that, I was like my 8th or 9th amateur fight. I had ended up fighting Yandel Evans, who had over about 150 some amateur fights.
Yeah.
And then then back to back, I had fought Eddie Adams and then Robert Easton, who's the world champion now also. So it's like you fight, you got to fight.
Yeah.
And you know, I just want to say something. You know, I met you 10 years ago at an amateur show. You had an amateur show, and we took a photo together, you know, with my team or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to say it was right before you fought Bernard. Yes, and it was very cool. So, you know, you're a real champion, you know, and I just wanted to put that out there, you know. And, you know, I just appreciate you having me on the show also.
Oh, dude, I appreciate that, man. Really, I mean, truly, I appreciate it. And, you know, I wanted to, like, tap into that. You know, Noel was sending me some stuff and explaining, you know, everything that was going on in your career. And I think it was, like the first 6 fights or something like that, you didn't have a manager. And, you know, that's what I was getting into. Then you ended up getting a manager. And then, like, your last 2 fights, you finally got a promoter. And that's what I was getting on, talking about, you know, your last fight. You go in there against a guy who at that point, with his record, is pretty much a contender or a prospect. The pressure for something like that, though, I mean, now that, you know, early on you didn't, and there was obviously pressure because you were trying to impress, to be able to have somebody invest into you and get a promoter. But now that you got the promoter and manager, does that seem like there's more pressure when you're going in there, you know, in a fight?
Kind of, sort of, but I will say it's a lot of pressure.
It wasn't that. It was this.
Oh, hold on one second, Thomas.
Hold on. Let me check.
All right, go ahead.
There it goes. Hold on. Is the blue light on? There it is. You hit the speaker.
Yeah.
And it was on TV, you know, it was the first time actually seeing me fight, you know. So So it was a lot of pressure on, and and then that was a real tough fight, that I was in. So, very, very tough, doable guy. A lot of pressure, a lot of punches. A tough guy for anybody to get in there with and fight. He's gonna bring it. So we overcame the task, and now we want to see what's up from there.
Exactly. I mean, and that's a big win for you, at that stage, and then against a guy like that, to go in there and knock him out, that's huge, dude. And I can see big things coming up from that. But I guess like getting into it, early on in your career, I was signed with a promotional company coming out of the amateurs, and it's still, even at that point, obviously you're not treated like what an Olympian's treated like, you know what I mean, or a guy who won a gold medal or whatnot. No matter what, there's different variations. Even if you're a good prospect or not, at that point, you're still coming up. But bro, I was chatting with Noah on that, and he was mentioning like my pro debut. I fought in Indio, California, and it was 115 degrees out there, and thank God I was only a 4-round fight, but we only had nothing but a little canopy over us, and our ice bucket, we filled it up, and literally 2 seconds later, the ice was melted. My feet were burning, and you know what I mean? Like, it was horrible conditions, and you really had to stay in one little spot, the shadow box, to be out of the sun, and but then he was telling me about you. I guess there was like your first fight or something like that early in your career, man. They had you kind of like it was horrible place area, warming up and shit like that.
Yeah. It was like crazy. The engine went out on a car we was in, and we was like walking around Jersey with luggage and with our luggage, and then we the bus came. You call like a bus to a Walmart store or something like that. We stayed out there like the whole day, and then to sum it all the way up, they canceled the whole show.
Wow.
Damn.
It sounded like us at Crown Point in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Wandering around Brooklyn, right?
And we weren't even fighting. We were media.
No, I was wandering around Brooklyn with the whitest guy in the world.
Oh, shit.
He's laughing because he knows that you look like Kelly.
Whatever, man. But, yeah, no.
I was looking, everybody was staring at Kelly like, this dude has the biggest balls I've ever seen. And we're in Crown Point. That's the worst part of Brooklyn.
Crown Heights.
Crown Heights. And dudes would look like they were going to rob Kelly. I'm like, oh. It's only going to go two ways here.
Yeah. Believe me, man, I grew up in the hood. Leave me alone.
Thank God we had Jimmy, right? He protected us.
Yeah, Jimmy looked like our guy Jimmy Guerrero. He looks like a Mexican gangster, but he's like one of the nicest guys you'll meet.
And he don't speak Spanish either. He's
yeah, he speaks better English than I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's going into it, man. That is that's now that you got a promoter, man, you're still going to probably have some fights. I was like 20-0, still fighting in some places. I fought at Aragon Ballroom in Chicago, and almost had heat exhaustion fighting up over there. They put us in a little shitty dressing room. It was a balcony, like where they do the opera halls or whatever theaters.
Right.
They have those little things that come out over top where you could sit.
Oh, yeah.
I think where Abe Lincoln got.
Oh yeah. Ford Theater. That was
it was hot, but
don't make me break out the history on you. No, Thomas. This is James, Kelly's co-host. I wanted to ask you something. Can you tell us about your preparations on fight day? Some of the things you do, some of the habits that you're in. We have a lot of people that always ask that, and they're curious to know about your preparations. Every fighter is a little different, so I want to get your take on it.
My preparation for a fight?
On fight day?
On fight day?
Yep.
I actually really don't have a preparation. I really just go in the locker, when they get depending on the locker room, it'd be lightweight rinky day. It's a lot of rinky dink spots. They had us one time in Atlanta, they had us in a little bathroom, but it was broken wood on the floor. Then they had the next to us was a big room, and they had the ring girls in there. I'm like, why is they in there and we in this little piece of crap?
Yeah.
But
you know why?
But far far as preparation though, you know, I be the day of the fight. I really already be in fight mode when I wake up. You know, before I eat breakfast, so I actually just relax and chill. And you know, when it's time to warm up, you know, I might throw my music on if anything and warm up and get ready to handle business.
I thought you were going to say like, well, it's my my flights depend on like pretty much what bus I could catch on time.
Well, do you remember when we had, you remember what we brought Brandon on? We asked him the same question. He said, "I take a big shit." Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Brandon said he takes a shit on fight day. That's it.
But you can't compare anything. you can't compare anything with Brandon Rios.
No, but Brandon Rios did say that he prepares on fight day by taking a big shit and jacking off.
Brandon Rios. That motherfucker don't have no filter, Brandon Rios.
You know, I go, wow.
That's why I love him, though. That's why it's funny to...
We were trying to get the same out of you, Thomas. You take a big old dump in the morning and go out and knock people out.
Yeah.
I mean, you take a couple dumps through the day. No.
Yeah, you're good to go. Make like, hey, what are you doing, man? I'm just making some doo-doo pies.
Making doo-doo pies. Making protein whey doo-doo pies.
Yep. And going on that too, though, you know, that's another one coming from, you know, and the reason why I bring this up, I'm not trying to like throw me in on everything, but your record right now, early on, is very similar to like how mine was, you know, coming up. Obviously, you got a lot of pop in your punch. But with that being said, like when you go in a fight, out of curiosity now, you know, because this is mainly for the fans, I know how I would answer it and what my thing was. But going into these fights, you know you get hit. So, like, is your idea kind of going into the fight to still knock him out to keep that record going? Or do you kind of say, like, you know what, I'm in shape for this fight? You know, is he going to be able to withstand my power? Do you kind of rely? Because I did there for a while. I didn't go for the knockout, but I pressed the issue because my thing was, like, can he last? He's going to carry my punch, you know, every round and for the entire fight. And it's not what's going to happen in round 2 and 3, but it's going to be 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? Is that kind of your thought, or do you kind of want to just go in and just get the W?
No, I mean, I always want to knock out, but I always prepare to go the distance. So,
hey, Justin, did you get my text?
Yeah.
That's the kid we're going to roast today. Earlier.
Yeah, and that's
horse.
That's always important, man. You know, I used to tell people, like, my prediction was I'm going to win. You know what I mean? Like right. a W. But deep down in my head, obviously, it was also, you know, I was going through like, this dude got to worry about, like, it's not so much the power.
See, what I do is, like, leading up to a fight when I'm in training, we in camp training, and, like, I'm not a dude that do a lot of talking. Now, within our gym, you know, I might talk a little stuff in the gym about the fight, and I always talk about knocking my guy out through the whole camp. And luckily, I always end up knocking him out, but I never looked for it. It just happened.
Yeah.
Thomas, I got a question. Who are some of your favorite fighters today? Who are guys that you look up to, that you're fans of?
Well, today I don't really look up to them. I watch, you know, a couple of these guys, but my favorite fighter is actually Roy Jones Jr. and Pernell Whitaker.
You know, I worked as a sparring partner for Roy one time. True story. I got a picture of it. Both my eyes are swelled shut in the picture.
Yeah. James got raccooned.
Hey. That was 2002. That was 2002. He was still good.
Yeah, he was. That was right before he fought Ruiz.
No,
he fought Ruiz in 03.
Yeah, and it's kind of
he fought that British guy for that fight.
Yeah. What's that, Thomas?
It's kind of a funny coincidence that, you know, we're doing this show today, because I promise you, maybe a week. No, matter of fact, like 2 days before my fight, I was on YouTube watching your highlights.
Oh shit!
And that was kind of weird, you know. Then, you know, when Noel called me about the podcast, I was thinking about that. I was just watching this guy's highlights, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not just saying it, man, but that, you know, I do appreciate it. It's cool to see. You know, I've been retired. Well, shit, you know, it's only been 6 years, but I mean, that's enough time. But it, you know, still kind of young, fresh, you know. But yeah.
I was trying to. I was watching, trying to learn that good old right hand.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I never got that trademarked either, and I was going to.
It's nothing. It's just hillbilly strength and coffee.
Yeah, right. Now that's all that torque leverage. But you know, hey Thomas, again, dude, you know, it was an honor to have you on, and you know, listen to Noel too. Noel, he has a lot of experience. You know, he was a big part with Team Pavlik and shit like that. So he knows what he's doing also. And you know, I wish you the best of luck. And I'm definitely going to be having an eye on you. You're a hometown boy. And dude, we will honestly like to have you on again, you know, soon.
Yes.
And you know, I'm going to have Noel keep me updated, and maybe hopefully for one of your fights we could get up there and do a podcast show, a remote, you know, from there. Yeah, and put that in, please. Yeah, and you know, that way it'd just be nicer to keep track of what's going on. You know, our podcast does reach out to you know, we're on a national and worldwide level. But you know, not only that, but you're about at that point now too with your record and the knockouts, and believe me, you're going to start catching people's eyes. You know, anytime that you have a good knockout percentage like that, people automatically flock to it, and I think it's going to be awesome. I don't want to be one of them guys that hopped on late. You know what I mean? I like and respect what guys are doing and the hard work and the road that it is to get to the top, because I literally had to, you know, travel that myself, and it's hard.
Right.
And the longer you go undefeated without a title shot, unfortunately, the worst things can happen. It's boxing. You know, people used to tell me like, well, don't look at it that way. You know, you got to have confidence. And it's like, dude, but I'm being fucking realistic. You know, like you have to be ready. And that helps you train harder. But boxing is boxing, and anything can happen. And just keep busting your ass, man. And like I said, you got the tools and God-given power and everything else. And we want to be here, you know, the rest of the way with you and keeping you out there and promoting you as much as possible. Because again, it is we're a big podcast as far as we reach out to, you know, champions and contenders, but also it's also my fucking podcast, and we are doing it out of Youngstown, Ohio. So yes, I will fucking have you on, you know, 4 days a week if need be. So
it ain't just your podcast.
Well, yours too. You know what I'm saying?
No, you already said it. I know how you really feel. I know how you really feel. I quit. I'm doing my own show now, where I'm gonna have hookers and booze.
Hookers and booze.
I'm having hookers and booze on my own show.
Well, we'll get Noel on that one too. But yeah, hey Thomas, again, man, truly an honor, and thank you so much. And we will be in touch with you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
No problem.
All right, Thomas.
All right.
So that was Thomas Mattice, undefeated prospect. And, you know, I watched a couple of his fights. Noel actually sent me the video of it, and the kid can pop. You know, he's got talent too behind that, which is good. Some guys are just big punchers, but he can fight. You know, and of course, if you're out of Cleveland, you know, and the Akron, Cleveland area, Youngstown, you can fight. Look at, you know, you got again Sean Porter right now.
Wait, hi Alicia. You know what the thing is though. We put out the Central Ohio. I'm not gonna say we. This is your hometown, but I live here now, and you guys put out so many stars. You guys put out so many great fighters, and it's just strange. Like, you know, I love Oxnard. I do, but we never build from the ground up. No, not very fair. We've had, you know, you have Robert and you have Fernando and you have help me out here, a few others. But what was the other kid's name? You know, Mikey. Yeah, Mikey. Obviously.
Garcia, Edwin Valero.
No, Valero's from Nicaragua.
Oh yeah.
No, what was the kid that you changed out prescriptions with?
Oh, Stephen Levano.
Levano's from there. I mean, you have guys like that. But I mean,
Marshall Martinez, who was a good amateur and probably could have had a good.
Marshall was amazing.
Yeah, a pro career.
Was it Marshall on that?
He got in trouble with Ricardo Williams.
Yeah, well, wasn't no, I was thinking Marshall, but no, I was thinking Bradley Martinez was amazing too, but no, he wasn't from Oxnard. I think he's from Arizona, but he's in the Army.
Yeah, but we want to tap back on the
Brandon fight?
Yeah.
Oh, we can talk about that. Let's talk about the news for this week. Adrian Broner, you hear about that?
Oh,
let's talk about Adrian.
I thought that was fake for me because I see people saying that, you know, that's fake news and shit like that.
TMZ is normally not fake news, and you know what I mean, and neither is ESPN.
Yeah.
Apparently, Adrian Broner got arrested in Lenox Mall in Atlanta, Georgia, this weekend for pulling a Trump.
I'd probably get in a fight if I ever walked through that mall again.
Yeah, he grabbed a girl by her wazuzu,
Yeah. It's like, dude, okay, just because Trump got elected don't mean you could go around doing that.
Just because he said it was okay don't mean that you can do it, Adrian.
He took those fucking memes too serious.
Dude, fucker in the pussy. He thought he was Fred from Fucker in the Pussy.
Yeah, right.
No. What would possess you to think you could just grab a stranger by her ass and her vagina? What do you want to call it?
Listen, the other day,
Pussy.
our buddy Marcus Hall, he has the big boxing site, the Ohio boxing site.
Yeah.
And he's a cool ass dude, and he always has really interesting things though. And again, I'm not saying it because he's from Ohio, and around this area.
He's biased as a motherfucker. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
but around this area.
Yeah.
But he brought up with Adrian Broner, and it was actually interesting to see people's comments on that. And I actually, for a minute there, because again, there's a lot of fake shit that goes around and gets spread around.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's true, but it happens.
Oh,
and so I said, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And so I was like, what if this cat really is just doing that, though? Like, what if he's doing the Mayweather, but really just having to fucking take it in the ass, going into jail all the time, though, for his stupid shit?
Dude.
Trying to market himself as the tough guy image. You know what I mean? The bad boy.
That would say he's either the dumbest motherfucker ever to put on gloves, or he's the greatest fucking troll in boxing ever.
Well, but he is, for that type, he does get people to watch him.
Yeah, but he does dumb. Yeah, but there's easier ways to make somebody watch you.
Okay, for instance, HBO, the Showtime, they showed him at the fight as a guest celebrity, and it's like this motherfucker's been, non-existent really. Besides Mike getting beat up by Mikey Garcia.
Well, you know what though? Just the way he talks shit sells. He don't need to go out and grab a girl by her snatch, and you don't need to go out and hit a guy on the strip.
But no, that's what I was getting into. That's why I was official. But then, yeah, you go and do something like that, dude. Like,
let me ask you this:
the memes about doing shit like that is funny because it's a fucking meme.
Oh yeah.
But like when you really go and do something to a stranger,
wrong. That is so fucking wrong to put your hands on a woman like that you don't know.
Should, yeah. You should be put in jail.
Yeah.
Incarcerated.
That's assault.
And you should have to have and when you move into an area, the fucking neighborhood should have to get a fucking letter stating that there is a what do you call that?
A sex offender in their neighborhood.
Sex offender in their neighborhood.
Well, let me tell you this, man. Let me say this is why the justice system's so fucking bent. If Kelly Pavlik runs his four-wheeler into a stop sign because you lost control of your fucking four-wheeler, you go to jail and you make the news as being irresponsible four-wheeler owner, right? And being boozed, right? You weren't even fucking boozed that day.
No.
But you never knocked somebody out on the strip. You've never grabbed a chick by her snatch that didn't want to grab by her snatch.
Never knocked him out on the strip and took $12,000 off of him.
No, that was the bowling alley incident.
Oh, the bowling alley. Okay.
You never got shot at in Kentucky. You've never grabbed a chick by her snatch that didn't ask you to do it.
No, and he'll probably not go. If he was in Youngstown and he was Kelly Valley, that motherfucker would be 15 to life.
He has walked on every fucking charge. Now, I'm saying there's such a... Now, maybe if you fucked up in Cincinnati, you'd be clean, too.
Well, maybe if he would have grabbed her with a BB gun in his hand.
No, dude. Don't even talk about a BB gun, right?
Yeah. But no, it's... Yeah, but that is totally ignorant. And, dude, I mean, you can't defend that. Like I said, I was going back saying maybe he was doing that to get to market himself as that bad boy type image.
I understand.
But yeah, man, that was just totally fucking low. You don't do that. Again, a meme on Facebook, it is funny, and I don't care. I'm sorry, that's funny because it's a meme. And when we post it, I didn't make the fucking meme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get it off of somebody else's. But that's you have to know the difference.
Dude, let's be honest. Let's call a spade here, okay? Adrian Broner does it because he wants attention. Me and you talked to Adrian Broner. We've met Adrian Broner a couple times already, right?
Yeah.
We saw him in Vegas a few months ago. He was so docile, cool, and humble when he sat next to you, right? He sat next to us.
Yeah.
And then, but he gets into a group of fucking lackeys. Is that the word you want to use? Or hanger-on or roaches, whatever the fuck you want to use. And then he turns into an asshole.
I don't understand it.
He turns into an asshole.
And again, that is, he was better off shooting somebody than doing that. Like, seriously. Like, that was the lowest that you could go and ignorant.
No, I agree. We make memes about shit like that, But it is fucking humor. It's a joke. No more in my life would we ever say it's okay to ever put your hands on a woman like that. You know what I mean?
That's just, it's disgusting. It's fucking wrong. And, I wish there was some big fucking MMA guy there to fucking, like, just break his little ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or, somebody that could beat him up because he can fight. So I say a big MMA guy. But
did you see the video a while back? Where he was getting crazy? Like, he was just being an asshole in the press conference. They had this Night of the Champions, right? Mm-hmm. They had a Night of Champions. They had the Charlo brothers. They had Errol Spence. They had Mikey. They had all the champions together. And Broner was in there, and Broner was being an asshole. And did you see the Charlos, like, correct him? And that's bad when Jamal Charlo has to tell you to knock the shit off, right? Yeah. Because he's an asshole, too.
Yeah. Hey, no, that's very true. We got a question from YouTube. We don't get many of those, so let's...
let's answer that.
We got a question from Jeff Johnson. He goes, Kelly, can you talk about when you get hit by a hard punch or a good series of punches and you're on Queer Street? Any tips or thoughts on the best way to get out of trouble and keep the fight going?
Breathing.
Not being funny, not getting hit no more, moving my fucking noggin. A lot of things, the brain is amazing. A lot of shit goes through it quickly in a split second. You listen, you really resort back to what the referee told you, because referees come in before the fight, I'm sure you know this, and they break down how they will stop the fight, when they will give you a standing 8 count or rule it a knockdown, and when they will stop a fight. Mm-hmm. If you're not fighting back or whatnot. So my thing was, I've really only quite a few times been like rocked, and we know which ones. And the thing is just to go back, like Taylor. I remember Smoker saying, as long as you showed me you could hold on and you're punching back, even though I was running across the ring like a chicken with his head cut off, if you notice the fight, I've always grabbed and clenched and made an attempt, and I would throw a punch when I had him, to his body. But mainly just keep your hands up. Yeah, keep your chin tucked and try to move and punch back. Not recklessly punch back, but throw back. If it's got to be a jab, but throw to where you're still in position to block and block his counter.
Well, another thing people don't look at is being in great condition. Being in great condition will save you too. You'll recover quicker from being hurt. Yeah. A lot of people don't look at that. When you are in great condition, your body recovers. You get more oxygen in your body quicker. But I mean, let's face it. There's only so much you can do if you're hurt bad enough.
I remember people used to spin around in a circle
and punch
for a minute and then punch. That's
bullshit.
Is this fucking horrible?
The Cubans taught that.
Yes.
But it doesn't simulate being hurt.
No, it's not even close.
It simulates you fucking being on it simulates you getting into a fight on a roller coaster. That's what it does.
Some motherfuckers get hurt so bad and don't go down and survive the round. Yeah. And actually, if you ask them in the 6th round, hey, do you remember getting rocked? They don't remember getting rocked at all. They don't think they were dropped or hurt. You know what I mean? That's how crazy it is.
Good luck, Sonny, and good luck tonight at the gym. But no,
thanks, Jeff.
But no, I mean, all that spinning around does is it trains you to get into a fight with somebody on a fucking roller coaster or a merry-go-round. You know what I mean? Yeah. If anybody ever insults you on a merry-go-round, you're good to go, right?
Yeah, Gravitron, yeah.
Hey, that guy called you an asshole on the Gravitron. Yeah. Well, I'm prepared for it.
Yeah, right? Oh, God.
He called you a cocksucker on the Ferris wheel, did he? Watch what I learned in boxing.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I could be one of the figure skaters after that big spin.
Hey, that guy called you gay while doing a triple axel, did he? Let me show you what I've learned.
Maybe that's what Tanya Harding should have done instead of getting her husband or
Ray Galuli was the one who beat that fucking guy's.
Yeah. Did you see that thing after that?
Yeah, I watched 30 for 30 on that. But don't you think that Nancy Kerrigan went a little too extreme? She's like, no, crying shut the fuck up,
dude. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. If you hit me in my shins or my knee like that, motherfucker, you're gonna have to get them to put a fucking muzzle on me because I'm gonna be screaming.
Hey, they threw morphine in her. It didn't hurt that bad at that point. You know what I mean? If you've ever been on morphine, you're in love with everybody in the fucking room.
I still would have been screaming.
Am I right, Justin? Morphine makes you in love with everybody in the room. The 9-year-old nurse I want to take home, everybody. I'm like, ah.
That makes me so sleepy.
It makes me itch too.
Last time I took morphine, I was in my college class. I was in the middle of psychology class.
Let me ask you.
I took an 80 and I thought it was only a 40.
Wow.
I'm melted right now from my seat.
I bet.
Justin's got a big meeting tonight.
Well, he does.
I don't anyway. They moved it next Tuesday.
Wow.
Cock.
I know.
What a quark.
Motherfuckers.
Maybe rush here.
You chose 5 o'clock.
Yeah. I still.
No,
sleep
so he
at
could get to his meeting.
Oh, that's mighty worthy.
Well, hey, did you just tell everybody I got a new show now? I got another show. I'm on another show called Other Posters.
Yeah, we already talked about that. Are you getting dementia?
No, but I didn't bring it up too much about my other show.
Oh, because
For the new people. There's new people watching.
Okay, so because you and your other co-host, so now you're gonna free advertisement and promote.
I let you put somebody I never even fucking heard on the show.
I let you put somebody last week on I never heard of.
Yeah, but he was a war hero. You have to do that. That's being American. Aren't you a Republican anyway? That's what you're supposed to be. You love war heroes.
I'm not Republican. I'm
Okay.
independent.
You're an independent Republican.
Why did still?
No. What I'm saying, though, is this.
That's ballsy.
Hey, you're coming on the show, too.
As a guest.
No, as another co-host. We're going to have two co-hosts. Co-host.
Not unless my producer from this show produces that show.
He's talking to him. He wants to get in touch with him about that show.
Okay. Well, yeah. We got another show, guys.
We're on another show, too, called Other Posters. And what this show is, it's with, basically what this show is we get on this page and they pull up all MMA and boxing pages and look at the most dumbest, ridiculous post on there, and we basically roast the post. We make fun of the post. Yeah. You know, when people say, hey, Conor McGregor should fight Anthony Joshua, that's worth being funny over, you know what I mean? So that's what we do. We can do shit on there that we can't do on this page because there is we're a boxing show, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we tried. We were going to at the beginning.
We did have the Behind the Bell, and I really enjoyed that.
And also, though, unfortunately, I can't do shit because then I'm all these bad things, and if I say fuck more than 10 times on this show, chances are that
you'll get a stern warning from somebody 80 years old in your inbox.
And I'm just not a good person, and
yeah.
So, but that's why I'm going to be a guest on that show.
Well, no,
we'll be a special guest every week.
Yeah, special guest. Our special guest for this week is Kelly Pavlik. But no, like I said, it
sounds fun, dude. I would love to be a part of that because, my God, how many times we talked about like reading just shit on like boxing groups on Facebook?
Yeah,
and the stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like,
really, how many times have we? And also, but well, anyway, let's get back to this Broner thing a little bit because I was enjoying that conversation about Broner. Yep. He's an asshole. But no, I said before that came up that before we had problems, he's a humble guy. And when he's by himself and he's meek, he is not that brash guy.
And you fuck around doing shit like that, that could be like going to a fucking Chinese buffet where the clam and crab legs and all the seafood is put in one, but it's been sitting there since the other day. You can get one of those.
Yeah. It's true though. I mean, we saw him in Vegas. He was a nice guy, you know.
Yeah. Again, going back on that, what I was saying, when I was on that thing talking with Marcus Hull in boxing,
yeah,
and he posted that because he was posting pretty much how disgusting is getting to with Adrian Broner.
Well, I think he has problems. I really believe
and
that.
I said, maybe for a minute there because I seen how people were saying too, that he's good at marketing.
Yeah,
but I mean, this was just
not marketing.
This was like the line, like this dude's got some serious issues and. That is horrible. I mean, again, he should do a good amount of time for that. And now, even if he didn't have the past of robbing and beating and hurting people, have the past of that, but like doing something like that to a female, he should be put away for a good amount of time. And then everybody that in the area that he moves into should have a notification or, hey, this sex offender.
You know what? I would also hit him in the purse. I'd hit him in the pocketbook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make that fight with Omar Figueroa cost him to fight,
Exactly. Oh, Patrick Hernandez asked me, he goes, who do you got between Usyk and
Gassiev? Usyk, maybe. I think great boxing beats punching any day.
I say Usyk, too. I think we were talking about this a couple weeks ago about Usyk, and James is really, really high on him, even at heavyweight. I think Usyk is a really good fighter. I don't think anybody right now at this weight class, cruiserweight, is going to beat him. I don't see it. He's just too big, too fast, too many skills. I see him totally dominating the that weight class right now. I think his big challenges are going to be once he steps up to the heavyweight division.
I agree.
So
I agree, and then there you'll see how good he really is.
yeah.
But Damon, are you talking about Adrian Broner? What did he do? Oh, at the mall in Atlanta, I guess he was accused of grabbing a girl by her snatch, and so he got locked up for it. So,
but he'll be out. He'll be out.
Oh, he's out today. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I mean, the money's there to get him out. But what's it due to the Omar Figueroa fight in April? And I said absolutely nothing. Nothing. Those people don't realize these managers and promoters are so well connected with these judges. That's why you've never seen a fighter go to jail before a fight.
Yeah.
They go to jail after the fight or go to trial a year after.
I don't even want to talk about this no more.
It's making you pissed off. Like, motherfucker.
David Marzina says, Gassiev can crack, though, and Usyk starts slow. Yeah, but it don't matter, Damon. It's my opinion from watching both of them, bro. I don't know. I just think that nobody in his weight class right now, cruiserweight, beats him.
Gassiev can crack, but Usyk has a great fucking chin. Do you agree?
I seen Gassiev fight. I don't think that he has enough for Usyk. I really don't.
Chris Eddy wants to know, Kelly and James, who are your favorite current fighters to watch? Go. You can go first, Kelly.
Fuck. Top two, right? That's a really good question. It's one of those ones like, what's your best favorite movie of all time? Rattle off 10 of them, and then 10 hours later, you're like, oh, fuck, man, no, this one. But I say right now, Mikey Garcia, Lomachenko. I got that one a draw. I just love watching both of them fight.
Yeah.
And then I got to go into the Errol Spence. I love watching him fight. And those are the top three right now.
Mine are Mikey Garcia, my favorites. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. Who else am I missing? Oh, you know who else I like? I like Ray Beltran. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch.
I think you and Billy Lau with Crawford right now. He's such a good fighter, and I feel bad for saying it because I love watching. I mean, he's talented. He's an unbelievable fighter to watch. But you guys just got me so mad on that pound for pound argument that I just,
Oh, Chris Eddy asked, who wins between Mikey and Loma? I'm going to take Mikey just because he's the bigger guy. I'm not saying skills-wise. I'm saying the bigger man it makes a big difference in this. Yeah, Chris. Mikey is almost as technically perfect as you're going to find right now in the sport. Even more technically gifted than Lomachenko. Lomachenko is more athletically gifted, not technically gifted. Yeah. Does that make sense, Kelly?
Yes, that's 100%. And
I don't want to sound like a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? Like saying that. Like,
and again, we weren't biased when we said why Mikey was going to beat Broner, and I agree with James. The only thing though, just the Lomachenko is so good, and nobody gives him the credit, and it's it'd be a hard one to pick. I wouldn't bet that fight.
No, we talked about in the show. I said Lomachenko might be the most athletically gifted fighter that boxing's ever had.
But he's smart too.
I'm not saying he's the best fighter. I'm saying he's the most athletically gifted.
Yeah.
He does things that this is a new generation of fighters now that we don't see.
And I agree. And getting into that, like what Mikey Garcia, what makes him so good because he's not flashy. Nobody gets it.
He's not great. He's good.
But everything is solid. He makes the right moves. He's always on point. He's always on balance. He's always a step ahead of you.
Yeah.
And he can hit. And he's fast. He's fucking... You can't say he's not fast when he's beating guys and he's beating the boxers like Adrian Broner. He's out boxing them.
Yeah.
You just can't do that. Just like when people say, even with me, if you don't knock him out. Well, dude, honestly, to knock somebody out, you got to be pretty fucking fast. If you can knock out a boxer, if you can hit him that clean and hard. Mikey Garcia is just a complete package. That's what makes him so dangerous and why I put him, and if you know boxing, you would have to put him pretty high in that pound for pound.
Top 5?
Yeah, because of the only thing that's going to hurt Mikey is his inactivity.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that watch boxing, but they don't understand what they're watching. You know what I mean? I'm not saying all these guys, 'cause everybody on here everybody listens to us, they all know boxing. So not you guys, we're talking about the other assholes. But anyway, what Mikey does is a lot of fighters will go out and they will use their hands to find the range. They'll paw at a jab. And everybody knows in boxing, if you paw at a jab, that's suicide. You will get caught and get hurt. Mikey doesn't do that. And Lomachenko doesn't do it. What they do is they find their range with their feet. And it was something that you did too, Kelly. You range people with your feet and not your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's a very old trick done in the 1930s, 1940s, you would see. They were taught, hey, don't bother your jab because somebody's going to knock your left hand down and come over with the right hand and cancel Christmas for you. So that's what these guys do. And a lot of these, there is no answer for it. And Remo has, what are your thoughts on Michelle Rodriguez? I like him. I just want to see more of him. Loma's boxing IQ's off the charts, but I agree Mikey's underrated. I don't think Mikey's underrated. I think Mikey doesn't fight enough. You know what I mean? One fight a year, maybe two. I think Mikey needs to be a little more active.
Yeah, we're not putting it on Mikey on that part either. It's just
I'm putting it on Mikey.
The way to I know.
I'll put it on Mikey. It's Mikey's fault.
You think?
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna be like it's Mikey's fault. Mikey calls his own shots. You know what I mean? And I do. I know you might disagree, but Damon wants to know, what do we think Inoue? Let Inoue fight somebody in the top 20, Damon, and I'll get back. Inoue is another athletic beast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm on the same thing as you right now, but I'm not getting. I've seen 2 questions now that I'm not getting.
You just got to refresh your phone. Yeah, Frank is back. It's okay. Frank's cool people. I don't mind Frank Jenkins. He's cool. He learned his lesson.
Damon says I had to really learn how to watch Mikey box once it clicked for me. He's a master tactician. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah. Damon watched a lot of those guys from Oxnard and see all the same traits that they have. And those traits do not come from Robert. That's what's funny. Everybody thinks Robert's teaching. That's all the Big G. Big G taught Robert the same thing. Right. Big G is so underrated as a trainer. You know,
shit!
It's funny. It's funny. Do you remember?
Look at the experience he's had.
Fuck, I know. Do you remember being in the gym? You remember? You can answer for this. You remember being in the gym and training, and Robert be training, and Pita and Donald and Juan. They'd all be in the training. Everybody, right? And what they all do? They all look over at the Big G to make sure he's fucking watching what he says, because Big G runs the show still.
Yeah, so Big G maybe like 2 times or 3 times. Then that year I was out there, I seen him in the gym.
And they do. They respect that man. That man says something, they all do it.
Yeah.
Remo, I like Leo a lot as a person, but Lomachenko's another level. Yeah, Lomachenko's another level. You know what I mean? Frank says Kelly needs to get for these white V logs. I don't know.
What do you say?
It's Frank Jenkins trying to troll again. I'm surprised he learned his lesson. He was only 4'7".
Why did he come on? Did he get fucked with?
Oh, he tried to fuck with us a while back, and then we roasted him for like 2 days, and he quit. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, what happens to Rios after he meets Garcia? Not looking good. Jeremy, we've said it earlier in the show, and we'll say it again. Don't sleep on Brandon Rios.
Yeah. As
bad as Brandon Rios is, we don't know what's left of
Garcia.
Garcia as well. Garcia hasn't looked all that great himself.
No, that's what I was.
And with Brandon, you are messing with what'd you say? A fucking dog. The dude's a dog. He will get on the inside. He will beat you to death. And you know what? Danny does not do well on the inside.
Dan Martinez says, "What do you think? What do you guys predict for Ryan Garcia? He reminds me of Oscar when he was young.
He has the fastest hands I've seen in the sport right now. Ryan Garcia's hands are faster than Gary Russell's.
And he's got pop behind him.
He does. And the only thing that's going to hurt Ryan Garcia is Ryan Garcia because he's fucking cocky as fuck. That's what's going to hurt Ryan Garcia. Yeah. He's already calling out Gervonta Davis. Slow down, youngin. Slow down. I don't know. Gervonta.
Maybe that's what he needs at this stage, though. Maybe he needs to get put on back in and restart his mentality.
You need to get your reset button set. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I love Ryan Garcia, but maybe he needs, he got to be humbled already.
No, but he's talented though.
Remo says I have Loma winning, but do you fight Leo's punch? Leo throws 1,200 punches around, or not 1,200. He throws 120 punches around. Guy's great, but the thing is, Lomo makes you look bad. Everything you do, he does a little better.
Yeah,
you throw 120, fucking Lomachenko's gonna throw 121. You know what I mean?
Listen, again, and I want to fucking harp on this. Everybody said when he fought Rigo how good of a fight it was be, and then the skill level of both guys getting in the same ring, and how quick and defensive, how sharp. People were even having videos of Rigo and all his highlights of defending punches and how fast he is. And Lomachenko's, as soon as Lomachenko easily beat him and made him quit, the tune changed. And if I was those people, I would be a little bit more embarrassed.
Yeah.
But
Well, Frank, thanks for he said we earned a diss track. I don't care about your diss track. We'll see you next week, buddy. We got something for you too. And also, they said, what are the chances that Hurt imposes size on Laura?
Garcia is not hard to find either, though, Tom.
He's not hard to find.
So again, going back on that. Do you want to get a hold of that guy?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, wait, 6 o'clock. Yeah, it is. He is not. Danny Garcia is by no means Willie Pep or any of the other guys. He's easy to find, and the guy does not like fighting on the inside. You show me a video of Danny Garcia fighting on the inside, and I'll show you that's not Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
And
he may not have no choice.
You're not. Brandon Rios can go the inside, and he's going to make you pay. I'm not saying Brandon Rios wins. I'm saying he's going to be a dog of that fight, and he's going to make that fight close.
I don't see a ball fighter, Danny Garcia, hitting bam, 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 going, ow, that hurt. I'm going to sit back this fight.
I don't see him knocking Brandon out. And also, how far out before a big fight would you start training, Kelly?
I did like 8 to 9 weeks.
8 to 9 weeks. And it depends on the fighter. It depends on how disciplined they are outside of the ring.
That and what type of training camps you have. Again, I was a 6 to 7 hour a day training guy.
Yeah, most are 3 or 4.
Yeah, so mine was the 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that's all I needed. Any more than that, I would be shot before the fight.
Well, you know what? I also saw a lot of these guys too. 12 weeks.
Yeah, that's
12-week camps. And, a lot. But what it is, half the camp's pulling weight off, the other half is strategy. Yeah. You know what I mean? They ought to make a diss track for Frank for having to sit on a phone book to use this computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude's 4'6" and talk shit like he's 6'6". Fucking bitch.
Hey, let me get one more before we make this call. YouTube question.
All right.
YouTube this one's okay. Steve, question from Steve Connor. Good afternoon, you guys. I know I'm late listening to the show, but who do you guys pick this weekend?
Brandon and Danny. I have a 50-50 fight. I can't really pick on that. And then Ortiz is fighting Devin Alexander. I'm gonna take Alexander, man.
Yeah.
Ortiz has been fucking a little shaky on his wanting to finish fights out. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to give a prediction closer to the fight on that one, on Alexander.
Yeah.
And man, I probably should, I don't know. The 50. I'm gonna make a prediction. 50-50. Again, me and James are split on this. We both agree 1,000%. I may take Rios just because I'm gonna be biased on that one.
Yeah, I don't want to be biased. I'm going to take it simplified. I like Danny, but
Tom, you guys shouldn't count it then, because I'm just doing it because I want him to win.
Oh, I know you do, and I love Brandon.
All right, let's take this phone call.
Okay, we got Carlos Famoso Hernandez. Hello?
James, what's up, brother?
What's up? How are you doing?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Good. You were on the punchline with Kelly Pavick and James Dominguez. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Good.
Hey, Carlos, this is Kelly. How you doing?
What's up, champ? How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
For those,
it's a pleasure, Jen, to talk to the legendary Kelly Pavlik, man. I mean, I've always been a big fan, and obviously, you were a top-ranked fighter. I was a top-ranked fighter, and I never got to really meet you, but it's an honor to be on the same line with you, man.
Oh, well, thank you, and same here, truly, Carlos. It's an honor for me too. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you,
brother. Thank you.
For those of us who don't know, we have Carlos Famoso Hernandez. He was a champion. He was a contender. He fought almost everybody you could fight in the sport. Well over 50 fights. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, I had 53 fights.
And you speak well still, so it says a lot about your defense.
I know. Yeah. I know. I went to that. Actually, I went to that brain study, and they said I'm okay. So thank God.
You know what it is? It was eating that food over there in Downey.
Yeah, that crap is not. It's actually really good, man. Let me tell you. That Mexican food over there is good.
Well, you have to go to Cudahy for that.
Yeah, but
anywhere in LA, man, is good. It's good food over there.
See, Carlos, that makes me jealous though because they sent me for a brain scan before I even started boxing.
Oh man, that's messed up.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. And no, man. When James mentioned about that, your resume, man, everybody you fought, I was like, damn, there ain't too many like that out there.
No, I mean you fought guys like you fought Mayweather, you fought Eric Morales. You know what I mean? I mean it goes on and on the list. I mean, I was like, wow. So let me ask you this: who are some of your favorite fighters? Who do you like watching today?
Today, I like that guy Juan Ramirez, Jose Ramirez. I'm sorry, from where is he from? Fresno.
Fresno, yeah, the Olympian.
Yes, I really like him. I also like David Benavides. I really like that guy. He's tall. They're both tall. They both have speed, punch. I like their style. I really do, and I think they're very exciting.
Yeah, he's been up in Oxnard training recently. David Benavides has been in camp over there.
That's true.
Yeah.
The guy is, I think, there was a time where he took some time off, but I think it was good for him. But the guy, to me, is just one of those guys that has natural talent and could make something in this sport.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah,
I agree. What do you think about Ryan Garcia?
Oh, that's another kid who's, I think he's a very flashy, young, De La Hoya-looking kind of guy.
Fast, very fast.
That could fight.
You know who else I'm really big on, too? Virgil Ortiz Jr.
Who?
Virgil Ortiz Jr.
I haven't seen him.
He's from Dallas. He's signed with Golden Boy. He's fighting for the NABF title. I think he might be the hardest puncher at 140 out of all those young fighters.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's somebody I have to look out for. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's had his last fight was 40 something seconds, and they took his wraps to inspect him. They didn't believe that the way that knockout happened. I was like, he's 140.
Wow, that says a lot. That says a lot.
Yeah,
it does, and it was crazy. So you fought a lot.
Hey, Carlos, can I ask you? We got a question from a fan right now. He wants to know, I can't see, where's that? Oh, how did you get involved in boxing? LA based, right? Was there street issues? Was there street issues?
Yeah, there was. That's why I got involved, because my dad wanted me to stay off the streets over in Paramount, which is right there next to Compton.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of Torrijos there and a lot of gangsters, and, we all those friends from those, that neighborhood, they're from like Eastside Paramount and Compton Barrio Segundo. So there were a lot of gangs there. And so my dad said, man, I don't want you to stay in the streets. I want you to do something. I mean, school wasn't my thing. So he threw me in the boxing gym. And at 14 years old, I started boxing, and I'm still in it.
Yeah, you are, and making waves as a promoter too. Which congratulations, man. I'm really happy for you, and I know Kelly was talking about that earlier. How proud we are that you're doing something for the sport.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's. I've been in it. I know how it is. The thing is, it's hard now. These fighters are a little different. Not how it was in my day. I'm sure when I was younger, the older fellas would say the same thing, but it's now about like getting paid before even fighting.
Yeah.
And I think these guys need to really step it up first and prove themselves before they start asking all this money.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's a hard business to, whereas we just had a young kid on, actually, contender. He's 12-0, and he didn't have a promoter for his first 6 fights. And I said, you know what, there's a lot of pressure to try to get a promoter, but there's going to be more pressure once you got that promoter, Absolutely, yes. I was blessed to have, at a very early in my career, I was signed with Roy Engelbrecht.
Okay.
And then after a couple of years with Roy Engelbrecht, I went to the Forum. So I was with the Forum Boxing with Barrera, with the little guy. Jeez, I forgot his name really quick. The guy from Mexico, the guy that fought Carbajal.
Oh yeah, Chiquita Gonzalez.
Chiquita Gonzalez, yeah, that guy. I was in a very good class with many great fighters.
Even their
with Two-Shot Johnson.
Even their B-level fighters were good.
I was in that good class. I was with those guys.
Yeah, even those 4 and B-level guys were good. Like, you had Paez and fucking, what was the other cat's name? He got hit by a car. Remember the tall, lanky guy threw about 1,000 punches around?
Which one?
He was a tall, lanky guy. He got ran over by a car in L.A. Remember? It wasn't a great record, but he fought everybody. He fought like Tom Johnson and Kevin Kelly. I'm trying to think of the kid's name. Oh. You know what I'm talking
about?
Yeah. Yeah, but you had guys like that in the forum.
You fought on Tuesday night fights a couple times?
You had what?
Did you fight on Tuesday night fights?
Yeah, Tuesday night fights he fought. But the forum, you had Carbajal all the time in the forum too, and it made Barrera's career.
Yeah, no, you had a lot of the great fighters. Unfortunately, I mean, it was sad that the fights were on a Monday because we did Monday night fights at the Forum and Prime Ticket before it went to Fox Sports.
Yeah.
And but it was a very great launching pad for a lot of the up and coming fighters from Mexico. And I'm not Mexican. In fact, we hate Mexicans when it comes to soccer. I'm Salvadoran.
Yeah.
So, but I love Mexico because I married a Mexican.
Well, you're Mexican now. You just don't know it.
A huevo, right? A huevo.
You have a question. You have a question from Damon Martinez. He said, "Who's the one fighter Famoso that knows you deep down? That knows deep down you could have beat, but it just wasn't his night.
Just wasn't your night."
Yeah.
Probably 2 fighters. Kevin Kelly. Yeah. I lost that fight. I lost to the great Kevin Kelly by decision, and I wasn't there. It was just an off night for me. And my last fight I fought. He was an Olympian. He fought Adrian Broner, and he's from I think he's from Stockton, California. He was an Olympian. I forgot his name now. Shoot. Yeah. But the thing is, I felt that if it was a few years before, I would have hurt him. So it was a good fight for me to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Although I go through depression because I still got like anger issues. I want to fight, but I know I'm almost 50, man. So I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
And it's hard though. That's the thing. You can't, in boxing, it's not your night. You never know until you get in there and fight, and if you say anything while you're making excuses, then nobody will know, but you can't be like, time out, go to the sideline, tell your coach, hey man, I'm fucking feeling like shit tonight, let me sit on the bench for a couple plays or a quarter.
Yeah. If it was that easy, right?
Yeah, so you're kind of in there and there's not much you can do. It is what it is, and you can after the fight be like, oh man, I was sick and this and that, because you get the people that, talk shit, unfortunately.
Sure. And you live in San Antonio now, so it's not hard to look for a fight if you want it. You can get it,
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, it's a different kind of mentality here. I don't know how. Well, James. I mean, we come from LA.
Yeah.
There's a different kind of mentality here than it is here in San Antonio. The mentality in LA is a meaner kind of mentality in the gym. And they're friendly here. I love San Antonio. It's great for my children.
Yeah.
The upbringing for them is great. For me, it's nice. But the boxing is kind of different. Even their style, they're more of a boxer, technical type fighter than going in kind of more ferocious. Even with a kind of a boxing type, there's not much of that here. You have a very selected few, like one of my fighters, Adam Lopez, who's becoming a great fighter. You have Mario Barrios, who's a tremendous fighter who signed with PBC. Yeah. He's a really good fighter, but there's only a few of those. It's in LA, you got countless of guys that are great.
every gym has somebody, you know.
Yeah.
Because you talk about that killer instinct. You go to Maywood, that was war. You know, people talk about Philly and all these other and New York. I'm like, fuck that. Go to Maywood.
Yes, I was in Maywood.
Yeah.
LA Boston, man.
Yeah.
LA Boston was the best gym in throughout. I don't know. It was just the best gym around. Everybody was training there.
You go to Edwin Valero breaking kneecaps in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Carlos, we got Dave Martinez is firing off questions today. He's not Mexican either.
He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican. I can't say that. He goes, who was your favorite fighter to mix it up with, and who was your favorite guy to dance, your dance partner?
Oh, wow. That's a nice question. Well, I guess Mayweather in both, because he was a good dancer. And he was just a really great fighter to be in the ring with. It was a joy to fight him. You know, even though I lost, I felt so great after the fight. I'm going to tell you why. Because I fought him in his hometown, Grand Rapids, with like 20,000 Grand Rapids people just booing me going into the ring. But in the middle of the fight, it was like a Rocky movie. I'm telling you. Like when he fought Ivan Drago. I mean, everybody started chanting USA, right? You know, and that when they're in Russia. Well, here they started yelling Famoso, Famoso. And after the fight, they booed him and they gave me a standing ovation.
That's awesome.
And it was probably one of those most memorable things that will never escape my mind and my body. It was just something so beautiful. It was an inner win victory for me. It was nice.
I do have a question for you, and only you can help me with this question. There was a documentary done on you some years ago, and I've been trying like shit to find that thing, and I cannot find it.
It's called Más que Famoso or More Than Famous.
Yeah.
It's a love story.
Yeah, you need to send it to me. Send me a copy.
I will. Just give me your address and I'll send it to you, brother.
All right, because I've been wanting to see that for years. I've known about it, and I want to see it. It was like it's harder to track down than El Boxeo.
Yeah, you know what? You can look it up on YouTube under Más que Famoso.
I did, and there's only a clip on it. It's only clips. They don't show the whole thing.
No, yeah, it's like a trailer. Yeah, it's just a trailer.
Hey, Carlos, our guy Simon got a question for you. He wants to tell you something.
All right.
Says his fight in Tahoe against Aaron Zarate was one of the best brawls I ever saw. Toe to toe, sweat flying into the crowd, and pace of the fight increased as it went on. So
yeah, what an honor. That was my first loss, and it was a learning experience. I was with Maromero Paez after that loss, but it was a really good fight for me. That was Nacho Bernstein's guy, and I was a little upset because I thought maybe I pulled off at least the draw, but I did get the loss, and I came back from that loss. I bounced back and kept fighting, kept winning.
Wow. Hey, and also I want to bring something up. I'm good friends with Ricky Funes. Known Ricky a long time. I want you to hear the story about you whooping his ass in camp, having to put him in check.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, we were stupid, man. I was stupid, and more than anything, I was so stupid because I was in when I'm gonna spar, I get into a kind of a trance. You know, I get into a trance, and I'm all business.
Yeah.
And so the trainer that made me at that time was Jackie McCoy, the legendary Jackie McCoy.
Yeah.
And Benny Giorgino, those two. And so they would always put my gloves in my left hand first.
Yeah.
And so I would always do my left hand. And so he wanted to do my right. I said, no, do my left. He's like, no, you know. So we started arguing a little bit. And so at the end, you know, I headbutted him. And so then he punched me. And so, you know, next thing I know, I ended up with a cut in a little gash in my forehead. But, you know, that guy's a nice guy. I love Ricky Funes, and he's a great trainer, and I just wish him well, man. We're practically like paisanos because he's Honduran, man. My mother was born in Honduras.
Wow. You guys are probably related.
Yeah, but Carlos, you can really say what you want though, because he don't even listen to the show no more. He owes us T-shirts, and he hasn't been back on our show. He usually tunes in and everything, but he don't even tune in no
Tell
more.
the truth. Tell him you whooped his ass without putting your gloves in your left hand. Everybody knows.
It wasn't like that. It was the truth, though. The truth is that's what happened, and it was stupid. But after that, we're hugging and sorry and everything's cool, man. And it was I just blew my top and I was immature, and that seems to happen a lot, though, in my case.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That shows character.
It does good.
Hey, but everybody knows you always put the left hand on the glove first. Everybody knows that. That's some old school shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people do right. A lot of people do right. I don't know. I just did left.
Yeah, I did left.
It was my thing. It was like a tradition now.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing superstitious. It was just a tradition.
Yeah, just something that you've done, and I've always did it with the left too. Rudy Hernandez always put him on the left hand too.
Freaking Rudy, that's my boy, man. He's my mentor too, man.
Oh,
he used to let me borrow his lowriders.
Yeah.
Before I got married, to go take out my girls, my girlfriends.
Rudy's my mentor too, and the thing is, if I post something on Facebook, he always wants to talk shit or talk about how bad you can't put that. You're a coach. You're a bad influence.
Man, he's always controversial.
I haven't seen him on Facebook in a long
Oh
time.
yeah, he gets on there and he says, "That's a bad influence." Make me feel like, oh, come on, Rudy.
He hasn't been on Facebook because he's all traveling all over Russia and the world with UFC.
Oh yeah, he's always collecting.
He said, "Forget boxing. I'm going to UFC."
Well, he worked in
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, he worked in Linares' corner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I know. I know he's always in boxing.
Yeah.
I always do.
Yeah, he's always somebody. But yeah, like I said, it's great having you on, and we appreciate it. And you have one more question here from Damon again, because I guess he's a big fan.
He's Polynesian. I figured it out.
Damon?
Yeah.
He's Hawaiian. Who is the one fighter that you never got to mix it up with but wanted to?
Diego Corrales.
Ooh.
Really? That would have been freaking awesome.
Diego Corrales was one guy who we thought we were going to get that fight. At the end, we never did. And maybe it was good that I didn't, because he was just a tremendous fighter. I was there when he fought against Castillo in his second fight, and I just saw how drained he was.
Yeah.
And the day of the weigh-in, he had to lose I don't know how many pounds. And, I mean, he's just a natural puncher, athlete. Just too bad that the weight wasn't there.
Yeah.
Because if it was, he would have killed many fighters and be one of the all-time greats. I think he would have did way better against Mayweather.
Yeah, he was draining himself to make 30.
Yeah,
he was 6 foot tall.
Yeah, he was tall. That's what hurt him, is that height. No matter how small framed you are, when you're that tall, you're eventually in time going to put weight on. It's going to get harder to make.
Yeah,
definitely, exactly.
And
exactly.
Simon Rulakava, who's a former pro fighter himself and an Army fighter and a writer, great one of our writers, he said, just a side note about the mentioned managers, Jackie McCoy and Benny Giorgino, in the 1960s, the LA Olympic Auditorium Gillette Series fights, it always seemed that the main event fighters were either Jackie or Benny fighters. So they started calling it the Jackie Benny Show.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Those guys were tremendous. I learned a lot from them and from Bill Slayton. Yeah. Those are old guys that really taught me everything. And obviously, my last trainer that I had that was he's a legend, was Almicar Brusa, who made Carlos Monzon.
Oh, wait.
And he taught me a lot. And he's the one that took me to the title.
Wow. That is, you're just an impressive fighter, and an impressive person, Hey, and if you ever want to fight, when I come out to San Antonio, we'll walk the Riverwalk and fight with tourists. I would love that.
Oh shit, Ricky Puñas. Hey, yeah. Carlos. Ricky Puñas is on. He said, "What's up, homies?"
Ricky's on. He said, "What's up, homies?"
Oh, what's up? Tell him I said hi, man.
Carl, he's listening to you. He can hear you.
Funny.
But yeah, like I said, it's an honor to have you on, and I appreciate you coming on. I know you're a busy man, and tell people about your promotion, about what's going on, and tell people about the fights coming up. And
yeah, well, I'm trying to stay busy with that because it's a boxing town. People love boxing here, but it's not like obviously like California where you have boxing every week.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to just to step in, and I'm not only doing it here in San Antonio. I'm going to El Salvador, doing something over there as well. I'm partnering up with some people with in Nicaragua with Chocolatitos people, and trying to see if we could do it over there as well. And just more than anything, expand. I want to go to Houston. I eventually want to go to LA because I do want to market my people. You know, a lot of my Salvadorian brothers, they text me and they say, you know, why I need help. I want to fight for you, but they're living in New York or they're in LA or Frisco, you know, and I'm over here. So it's kind of hard for me. I can't fly them over here, you know. I don't have that. Yeah. I don't have that budget yet, but hopefully one day I will.
Yeah. And Damon said, who should we watch from your stable?
Adam Lopez. Right now, Adam Lopez, he fell off a little bit. We had a falling out at one time. He went with another trainer, had a couple of losses. Now he's back with me, and I'm seeing him sharp and ready to go. And hopefully we get that 122-pound title.
Well, sometimes you need that with a fighter because, you know, a lot of those fighters have hard heads. You know, a hard head makes for a soft ass. You know what I mean? Sometimes they need they need to go away and they need to come back humbled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And he totally is. He's humble. He's a very good kid. A guy that hits hard with both hands. He just needs guidance, and I'm guiding him to be a boxer and a brawler when needs to be. Yeah. I want him to have that inside fight, even though he's a tall, lankier kind of fighter. I want him to know, like Chicanito, the great Chicanito Hernandez. I mean, I was his main sparring partner, and that guy, he fought inside. And when he had that range, that length, he used to love to fight and brawl inside.
And you know what the thing is? Chicanito is so underrated as a champion. You know what I mean? And it
pissed me off. He was the best 130-pound fighter of all time to me, hands down.
And it pissed me off that he's been overlooked for the Hall of Fame, 4 years in a row now? 3 years in a row?
I don't know why. I don't know why.
And he hasn't made it in. I'm like, really? The dude was 40-2.
Oh, and only lost to Hall of Famers.
Yeah, Hall of Famers. All those Hall of Famers he fought. And you know, Ricky said I was in camp with Carlos in '93 for Gabe Ruelas. I said, we talked about you getting your ass whooped, Ricky.
I didn't start that rumor. No, I didn't start that rumor.
Carlos didn't say that. I did, Ricky. That you got your ass whooped because you don't pay. Because he doesn't pay attention to detail. That's why.
That's funny. Carlos, Ricky told me to quit biting my fingernails. I got this fucking thumb hangnail that won't come off, and it actually feels good though because it hurts.
Ouch!
Hey, you should see when he gets a splinter in his dick.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I don't like that.
That's nasty.
I don't like that.
Hey, Kelly broke 2 ribs to get down there.
Yeah.
We call him Marilyn Manson Pavlik.
Man, hey, you guys are funny, man. You guys are funny.
James over talking about splinters with my dick. He can't tell the difference. He thinks he's got 2 splinters.
I do got 2 splinters. I do.
Oh shit! But
hey, there's nothing wrong with 2 splinters. It's how you use the splinter.
You're better off sticking with your 2
exactly. It's how you use it, right?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly right. And you know what? Like I said, it's an honor having you on, and we'd love to have you on more often whenever you can free the time up.
Definitely, hey, James. Give me a call. You got my number now, man. You can call me anytime, man. This is fun. I love talking about boxing, about old times, and it just feels good to go back and think about how it was in LA and the getting ready. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, I was about 16 years old when I was sparring freaking Miguel Happy Laura, world champion.
I remember Laura. Yeah.
I was sparring world champions at a young age, and so I didn't have a big amateur career. It was all in the gym. I was sparring Hector Camacho at like 17 years old. I was Roger Mayweather's sparring when he fought Chavez.
Wow.
When he fought Julio Cesar Chavez, I was his not his main sparring partner, but I was the second one.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. And I tell everybody, I said, me and Carlos were neighbors in Downey. I really don't know how close we lived to each other, but we were pretty close. I
was on Imperial and Woodruff.
I lived on Stewart and Gray. We were right down the street.
Yeah, you're down the street. Yeah, down the street.
Yeah.
So, you're in the hood.
What?
You were in the hood.
Well, yeah.
Those are the projects over there, man.
Hey, I went to Downey, not Warren. You know what I mean? We didn't have money.
Hey, hey, Downey, a lot of the rich white kids went there, man.
I know. They did that busing program. Remember where the poor kids got to go to school with the rich white kids?
Hey, you gotta watch those. Some of them rich white kids could fight.
Not those ones in that school.
No, I was joking.
I know, not those over there. Yeah, they were intimidated by the gangsters.
Yeah, they were, because it was all Mexicans and Samoans in our school.
Yeah. Oh, but I hated Downey police, man. We go cruising every now and then down Firestone Boulevard, and man, you get pulled over there easy.
Yeah, you do. You do. Firestone, even on Brookshire too.
Dang, well, I don't know now, but back then, man, it was crazy.
Don't even.
It was like you have to watch out with Downey police.
Yeah, don't even fuck around on Florence, right? On Florence Avenue.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know about now. I think it's all Mexican now.
Yeah, it's chill now. But back in the day, going down Florence, take you into Cudahy or Bell Gardens, man.
No, but that was good because then you hit Tweedy Boulevard and over there by Southgate too, man. It was, and then we go to Whittier Boulevard. Man, cruising was cool over there back then. And over here in Texas, they don't have that, which is good because I don't want my kids to be doing that.
Cruise, yeah.
But it was good to go over there to Hollywood Boulevard and had a good time, man. It was great.
Hey, let me ask you one question. Since you're from California and you grew up there in the 80s, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because only Californians know this. On the Cal Worthington Dog Spot commercial.
Long Beach.
What did you say, Pussy Cow?
Yeah, Pussy Cow.
That's what it is.
Pussy Cow.
Yeah, if you want a car or truck, Pussy Cow, right?
Pussy Cow. Go Pussy Cow.
Pussy
Exactly.
Cow, Pussy Cow, Pussy Cow. That's what
Pussy Cow.
every kid, bro, every kid got their ass whooped by their parents because they sang that song and they said Pussy Cow.
And it was a commercial?
It was a commercial, but it wasn't. It was Go See Cow, but we all thought it was Pussy Cow when we were kids.
What was it?
It was Go See Cow. I just learned that.
Go See Cow?
Go See Cow.
I swear to you, to this day, I thought it was Pussy Cow.
I learned that at 35. It wasn't Pussy Cow.
No, I just learned right now.
Watch the videos, and then you'll say it. And then
Dude, you gotta send me that link.
I will, and then say Pussy Cow.
I just showed it to my son probably a few months ago because I was thinking about it, and I thought I still heard Pussy Cow.
Yeah, and everybody from California, they're like, it's Pussy Cow. I'm like, no, I know, but I just heard it was Go See Cow because I got corrected for it because I was saying Pussy Cow. I said, no, it's Go See. I said, no, it's Pussy. And then also that Pete Ellis one, 91 Freeway, Lakewood exit, Bellflower. I would follow that fucking bouncing ball for the whole show. Like bouncing ball, bounce up and down. I'd follow that whole thing.
I was like De La Hoya with the wiener.
Oh, De La Hoya said Pussy Cow too. He thought it was a Pussy Cow song.
But his Old Spice commercial.
No, Oscar talked about that commercial and he thought it was Pussy Cow.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Damn. That's crazy.
All right. And you know what? Like I said, if you ever want to talk California or boxing, you know how to get a hold of me. You have my number too. And I'll text you my number. And like I said, we'd love to have you back on the show anytime, champ.
Yeah, it's been an honor, Carlos.
It has been.
Hey, Kelly.
Yes.
Hey, just give me the shirt with the one that you signed. Just give it to me. Don't give it to anybody else. Just give me one.
All right, for sure.
That's my brother.
I'll tell you what, you gotta give me one too in return.
I will definitely.
What size?
Thank you.
What size do you wear?
Me? I wear a medium.
All right. Well, we'll hook you up.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
man. Thanks, Carlos.
All right, much love, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye. And that was the great Carlos, Famoso Hernandez. Like we talk about California. I know, guys, we got a tangent because it's exciting to talk about Pussy Cow with people that don't know Pussy Cow.
Especially coming out the Adrian Broner talk.
Bro, no, it wasn't a sexual thing back then. We just thought.
Maybe you thought it was a commercial.
Well, no, it wasn't a sexual thing because you're only 5, but that's the word you thought it said. Every kid.
And it was a car commercial.
Yes. I wish somebody could play it right now. Play it, Justin, on the speaker. I'll play it on my speaker. You guys want to hear it? I'll play it for you guys. How does that sound? Okay?
Well, he's going to answer Jeff Johnson's question that he asked right now.
Jeff Johnson didn't come up on mine.
Jeff Johnson?
Oh, no, it's a YouTube one I texted to you.
Okay.
Oh.
He said he asked it right when Carlos came on the phone.
Let me get that on there.
Jeff Johnson. One thing, guys, was wondering about in training. Say that 8-9 week period you just spoke of. Is there any weightlifting done? Yeah. I can't speak for other fighters, and in boxing there was that myth for a long time. Just so many different things, especially depending on a trainer. Lifting is bad. This is bad. Or lift, don't lift. I did my strength training, which was more like natural strength training, pull-ups and sledgehammer and flipping tires, pushing cars. And then, of course, I still hit the weights. So, the weights was very lightweight and a lot of reps. And maybe that's my reason for I averaged a lot of punches around as a middleweight, a lot of punches. And then, but there was a lot of muscle endurance training with the weights. And then, of course, we had the speed days, which you work on. And when I went to California, Coach Cecilio, he was real big with strength, some weights, and then a lot of accessory work that didn't consist of weights. And then his was also a lot of conditioning. So, it all depends on
the camp, the fighter.
Yeah, the camp, the strength and conditioning coach. And
your goals. Your goals in camp.
Yeah.
Some people are so big in removing weight, they don't lift a lot of weights because they're still stuck in that old mentality, which is wrong. That you don't lift weights, which you actually burn more fat and burn more calories adding weight training to your cardio regimen.
It really comes down to strength and conditioning coach, and also the guy you're fighting. What's your opponent like? I mean, if he's a strong guy, not just talking about punching, just overall strong, you want to have your guy a little stronger so that way he's not as tired trying to push back or getting manhandled.
Hey, Kelly, Simon wants to know, what's the best piece of advice you give young fighters about a boxing career?
Have people around that are trustworthy. That's the key. Have people around that's very trustworthy. I'm not talking about your manager or promoter. I'm talking about somebody close that you can really trust.
Have somebody with your best interest.
Exactly. That's very important. And take every fight like it's a real title fight. Again, some guys, they come up and they're not into it and they get beat and then they want to stick around. They become journeymen. And, in this sport, a loss is very devastating at any stage. But that's my thing. Try to keep the right people behind you.
Yeah.
And be open-minded.
Rebecca wants to know, best thing to build up cardio endurance. Sex, Rebecca. Sex is the best to build up cardio endurance. Yeah. Actually, no. Anal sex in the dark. So tell Scott to get to work.
Because it definitely makes you open up the lungs.
Tell Scott to play surprise. No,
running.
What running? But
or hitting for boxing, hitting pads.
Not everybody can run though. You know that, right? Like not everybody's able to run.
Sparring.
Well, she can't spar. She's not a boxer. You know what? Getting into a nice cardio boxing program would be great for you, Rebecca, wouldn't it?
Yes.
A great cardio program where you hit mitts and hit a bag, will build cardio like you wouldn't believe.
It's boxercising, pretty much.
Boxercising, and they have plenty of gyms in Houston and places around there you can do that. So, you guys want to hear this Cal Worthington song?
Yeah.
And tell me what it says.
If you need a better car, go see Cal. He's the greatest one by far, go see Cal. Give it a car to your wife, she will love you all your life. Go see Cal, go see Cal, go see Cal.
What's it say?
Cal, would you like...
Yeah, we'll do it again.
The first one sounded...
Worthington and his dog Spot. If you need a better car, go see Cal. He's the greatest one by far, go see Cal. Give it a car to your wife, she will love you all your life. Go see Cal, go see Cal, go see Cal.
Now let me ask you this, guys. Anybody from the age of 3?
Carlos is even laughing.
I know. Anybody from the age of 3 to fucking 16 all thought it was Pussy Cal. Even Carlos, he's laughing. See, it's true.
You gotta send me that.
I will. You should tell the kids that. Show Sam that. Don't show the kids Pussy Cal because they'll think it's
because my son will be running around with a tiger. Running around with one of his
Kelly go, Mom, I want to see a Pussy Cal.
I got him a lion. I named it Benghazi, and he plays with it. And
you named the lion Benghazi?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
So he calls it Benghazi, but he's always got it here and there, right? And I'm gonna be like, come and play that song. He's gonna be running around the living room going, we're going to see Pussy Cal.
Look at this. Pussy Cal. They wrote on the page, Pussy Cal.
Oh, shit.
You want to hear it again?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it again.
You wanted to
Oh shit! Hold on. I gotta turn it on again. Hold on, guys. It unplugged.
It's you in your arm. Lifting all the weights.
What?
It's you in your arm.
Get big, huh?
Yeah.
If you need a better car, Pussy Cow. She's the greatest one by far, Pussy Cow. Give a new car to your wife, she will love you all your life. Pussy Cow, Pussy Cow, Pussy Cow. How would you like to have a brand new Ford car or truck for about half price? Well, first let me tell you something. There's a law in California that says if you register a new car and drive it on the highways at all for 1 foot, you've got to sell it as a used one. We're stuck with 55, 84 Ford cars and trucks that are brand new as far as I'm concerned, but they've been registered, they've been driven. We are forced by law to sell them as used. You want to save some money? Look at this. A 1984 Bronco, it's got 907 actual miles on it. We got to sell as used. An 84 Tempo with 1,800 miles on it. An 84 LTD with 1,954 actual miles. An 84 EXP with 1,428 extra miles. Again, if you're a sharp buyer and you want to save some money, we are forced by law to sell these as used. You want to save money? Pick up the phone, call us collect. We'd love to talk to you. Pick up the phone, call us collect. Worthington Ford, Long Beach. I'll see you here. Here's Cal Worthington and his dog Spot. Give your pocket with a break. Pussy Cow. It's a giant little heart. Save a muscle. Play smart. From the theory with a heart. Pussy Cow.
That was from 1973, so he's been doing the Pussy Cow. There's like 4 generations of Pussy Cows.
That was 1973.
That was. But yeah, he died at 97 years old, man.
Oh, that Pussy Cow.
Pussy Cow. But that's why all the kids thought it was Pussy Cow. And if you meet somebody from LA, say, hey, and about your age, say, what about that Pussy Cow? They'll know about Pussy Cow.
That's funny.
We get our asses beat at home because we go singing Pussy Cow, and our parents knew it was Ghosty Cow, and they start beating your ass.
Yeah. Well, how did they know it was Ghosty? I bet you they were singing Pussy Cow too.
Well, they understood it, I think, better than we did, you know? My dad was like, I was like 35, and my dad's like, no, it's Ghosty Cow. I said, no, it's Pussy Cow, Dad. He said, no, I think it's Ghosty Cow.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like I said, we have to get back on task about boxing after we've been talking about Pussy Cows.
I don't want to.
No, I talk about Pussy Cow.
I'm boxing Pussy Cow.
Hey, let's get into our roast. We got a weekly roast. We got a roast. Damon, what's that guy's name that we need to roast? Ryan, what's his last name?
Oh, God.
Is this the Simple Jackass?
Simple Jackass. Let's post that picture on the green
Did you
screen.
see it?
Yeah, I've sent it to him.
Oh, man.
Ryan, what's his last name? Or Damon, what's Ryan's last name? Listen, guys. Oh, look who's here. Look who showed up, guys. It's on. It's Willie goddamn Jenkins just showed up. It's goddamn, not the G-O-D one. Willie goddamn Jenkins showed up to fucking let us know he's running some shit over here.
He's getting ready for the Ryan roast.
He's getting ready for a Ryan roast.
He didn't show up on mine.
Willie didn't? You're behind or something. Something's going on. You need a refresh.
Oh, there we go.
Ryan, his name is Ryan Truel, guys. Treuil. You have the donkey picture of him?
Yeah, it's up.
I don't see it yet. Oh, there it is, guys. All right, guys, let me explain Ryan. He lives somewhere in the swamps of Louisiana, and he likes to talk shit to people. And
I think the movie Waterboy was made after him, actually.
oh, look at him. He looks like a genius, doesn't he? That's not his horse for like riding. That's his horse to have sex with.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So what the thing is here with this is Ryan likes to talk shit. He's in the swamp. He likes to call everybody stupid. But if you look at the picture, consider the source. Anyway, guys, we got some prizes. I want everybody to look up Ryan Truel, Treuil on Facebook, and I want you to give him a message. Just message him and call his Facebook Messenger. And the person who makes the most messages and most calls will get an autographed item from Kelly Pavlik.
Hi, Damon. You're on the air with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez.
Yep.
Oh man, what a pleasure! What a pleasure!
So,
what a pleasure, guys! What a pleasure!
So, hey, Damon, I want you to do this. I want you to put out about Ryan and put the prize we have going for the most calls and messages to his inbox.
Okay, so whatever listener right now inboxes and blows up Ryan Truel. I don't even know how to say it because them Cajuns down there don't speak English. I don't know what they speak. But if they blow up his inbox, right, we get 28,000 listeners. to blow up this kid's inbox. He gets an autographed Kelly Pavlik shirt. That's the shirt I think Carlos Famoso wanted. He just wanted that shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's a dope shirt. But, you know, this guy right here passes chlamydia back and forth with his wife and shit. You know what I'm saying? He ate crayons when he was a kid. He fucking licks windows, all that bullshit. Wears helmets.
he wears a meat helmet.
He's dumb as a box of rocks. Listen, something happened in his childhood. We just don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're never going to know.
His name is Ryan Treuel. Treuil. Put a message in his inbox.
So any of our listeners just go fucking nuts. Blow up his inbox. Make him shut down Facebook. If he deactivates by midnight, Kelly Pavlik will drive to your house in a Hummer.
And bring pizzas. No, but
show up in a Humvee.
If you keep track of your call log and your messengers to him and you win, I will send you out an autographed item this week with Kelly on there. Not me, because I'm nobody, but Kelly will autograph something.
So is this what we're going to do with everybody that trolls?
Yes.
Fuck, okay, sweet. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be dominoes, too.
Hey.
Whoever of our listeners control the hardest.
Hey.
Especially this kid right here.
Hey, let's add Frank Jenkins Johnson in there, too. Because Frank just wanted to get on their troll just now, too. And he's going to make a diss track. Let's beat Frank to it. And everybody said Frank Jenkins Johnson.
Yeah, but here's the difference with Frank, though. Frank is actually funny. You know what I'm saying? He's funny. He's a troll and a half, but that little motherfucker right there is funny.
Yeah, but
so if he's got a diss track going, it's gonna be hard to catch him. We might have to make a bigger prize for Frank. Even though Frank is only he's only 5'3", that's America's favorite thug. So he's gonna be hard to catch.
Hey,
we're gonna hit the studio on his ass.
Hey, it's Ryan Treuel. Treuil.
And Derek Mejia, D-Rock Mejia.
What nationality is that?
It's Kunas. It's Cajun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're Cajuns. They're Cajun.
That's right. I seen a little bit of that. I seen you guys talking.
On another note here, before we get back to Ryan, Simon wants to know: can you give the best wishes to Amy Champ and great amateur Bradley Martinez, who is in surgery today to hopefully remove the cancer that he has? Guys, Bradley Martinez is one of the greatest amateurs ever in the sport. He was an all-Army guy. He's fighting cancer today. Let's give him and Amy Champ our best wishes and hope for the best. And we do.
Keep on punching, guys.
And now back to Ryan, that piece of fucking turd. He told us to bring it that about having backup. We don't need backup. We just want to make him feel special because he wanted to be famous.
Man, most of that shit was
going on. They want to be famous. They really want that notoriety. They want to be known. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, hey, let's help them with that, you know? And,
I say we give it to them.
And, yeah, just like this picture says, Simple's Jack, you know?
You know what I'm saying? I say we give it to them, you know what I mean? Look, we got to be real with this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they thought that I'm upset the whole time, right? Yeah. But the troll game never dies. You know what I'm saying? The troll game never dies.
Well, let's talk about that. You got accused of being upset, taken personally. These people do not realize we do not get upset in groups like that. That's not what we do. We don't say something personal.
That's not the objective. The objective is to piss you off.
Yeah, it's not to piss us off because we're in control of it. But
you know what I'm saying? If you get upset, then we win.
Hey guys, how do you insult somebody too stupid to be insulted? That's my question.
Oh, I tell you how I got him.
How's that?
I guess his mother fucked around with some nurse practitioner and lost his job. His mom's a hoe, the wife's a hoe, everybody's a hoe.
His mother fucked around with who?
A practitioner.
Some nurse practitioner.
Oh wow, not even a doctor, huh?
Yeah, not even a doctor. She didn't even make it die. She fucked around with a nurse practitioner.
Did she get free pills for it?
For the chlamydia, for clap, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about two people that throw the clap back and forth. So, you need to give it back to each other. You know what I'm saying? They feel that heat. They feel that heat down south. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Honey, do you want it? Fuck, I think I got the clap again. You know what I'm saying? He's known for the clap.
I told him because the other morning he was texting me about 7 in the morning. I said, dude, do you have a job? Do you honestly work? I'm a crane operator. I said, I know that's how you get your wife out of bed in the morning, but what do you do for a living for pay?
Bro, that motherfucker collects a check, dude. He got a cuckoo check.
I told him he collected a cuckoo check for biting his mother.
He got you. I mean, I'm gonna throw out my disclaimer. I don't know if he does catch a cuckoo check or not, but I'm guessing that nigga's got a cuckoo check somewhere. First of the month, they're buying crawfish, they're buying steaks,
you know how you
crack rocks, you know.
You know the cuckoo check for $770 a month. It never changes.
$770, baby, plus an
$770
EBT.
cuckoo check because they don't. A lot of the cuckoo never work. They don't pay into Social Security, so they get that one amount. So if you ever see a check for $770, run the other way. It's a cuckoo check.
Dog, even better than that. You know what I'm saying? It's like he put limited pictures, but the pictures that are there, he's like he's a real special kid, like a real special needs motherfucker because you got one where he's riding a dolphin. You know what I'm saying? He's all smiling, goofy, and shit. He's riding a dolphin. You know what I'm saying? Hey, little Ryan, wave to the dolphin. You know what I'm saying? Everything's all funny and shit.
Yeah.
And there's another picture where he's on the boat by himself in the middle of a fucking lake.
Yeah, you know, Bo Bice is singing at their little dance they had. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know. He's like, Mom,
real small town shit.
Bro, his wife's like, Mommy loves you, Ryan. You swim with that dolphin, baby. You show that dolphin.
Wearing a Cheerio shirt.
Yeah, wearing that dolphin shirt. You show Mama who's in charge.
That's like Waterboy shit right there.
It is just like Waterboy, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's cooking that big ass snake on the grill.
Yeah. Alligators.
Ryan.
Hell yeah.
Ryan.
Eating roadkill and shit, just fighting whatever.
Oh, God. You gonna play some foosball now, Ryan.
You're gonna play some foosball. It's the devil, Ryan. I love Vicky Valancourt, and she likes me, and I like seeing her boobies.
I tell you what, though, it's pretty accurate with the females down there, though. Waterboy is.
What, Vicky Valancourt?
Yeah, the women down there is pretty accurate. They're fucking off the chain, bro. The women run shit down there.
Bro, I can tell you that Jet is like Vicky Valancourt. You know what I mean? All tattooed and smoking
Jet Von Joe, yep. Felony facts.
Yep, smoking cigarettes with tattoos. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Filter cam. You know, she got like cars and stolen cigarettes, dude. That she just lifted from every grocery store down there.
Hey, so was that Jet Van Vox? Was she involved in this too?
No, she was on.
Nah, she's cool.
I know she's cool, but I didn't know she.
All the people from Louisiana are all from Louisiana. That whole page was from people. I was the only one not from Louisiana on there.
Yeah.
And they're all like family and friends with this guy, and like some of them hate him, and then they were all going in on him or like protecting him or whatever, because Damon was getting a bunch of messages how that guy was being mistreated for us to lay off of him, and all that does is make shit worse.
That's fine.
Yeah, that never played in your favor, really.
Kelly, why didn't you bring Kelly in the Louisiana group? Kelly likes Louisiana.
He's in the group. He just did. You know, Kelly, I don't know.
You're in the group, Kelly.
Am I?
Yes.
Yeah, you're in the group. Listen, but I mean, not all of them are like that.
No.
A lot of them are really fucking funny. A lot of them are really good people down there. I mean, I lived down there 2 years, and a lot of those cats are really, really good people. Like, they'll give you the shirt off their back.
Yeah.
A lot of them just don't make the best decisions.
Well, I like Snow, and I like Jet, and I like Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart's cool.
Yeah, Pop-Tart's good people. They're good people. You know what I mean?
The one originally with the Wi-Fi with D-Rock?
Yeah, Pop-Tart was the one we roasted out of the socks with D-Rock. But D-Rock is giving information to that Ryan kid on the sly. He's teaching him how to make memes and all that. He's playing.
Yeah, he's trying to be slick about it.
He's playing Nag from Ricky Tikki Tavi, that fucking snake. You know what I mean?
So D-Rock likes Ryan, then?
I don't know if he likes him, but he needs to get back at us for that roast.
Yo, friends, I guess the story goes years ago. I guess Ryan gave him some cocaine and a puppy one time.
Extra story. He gave him some meth and a puppy or something.
Something like that. It has to do with a little tiny animal and some drugs.
Well, yeah. Because Ryan said Ryan tried to come at me like he was fucking the Godfather out there. You know what I mean? Like the Godfather or Scarface. You know, like I was doing dirt and I was doing business and no one needs to know about it. Motherfucker, you were giving puppies away.
After a couple hits of that meth, he probably skinned that
dog.
Bro,
he acted like...
Yeah, exactly. Doing real thing. Like the Heather Bowman of Louisiana.
The Heather Bowman of Louisiana.
This motherfucker.
The Heather Bowman of South Louisiana, bro.
This motherfucker was a Sonny Corleone of puppy mills. Do you know what I mean? He had a puppy mill be like Sonny Corleone.
How about first the kid started out telling us not even us. He doesn't remember that he was never arguing with me. He was arguing with James and Snow.
Yeah.
And he was going into these long rants about his ROTC days. He's telling a ranger about his ROTC days.
Yeah, he was telling me about my shitty military career that I've only made it to sergeant. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Right there, hey, at that moment, I knew we had a live one.
Bro, I'm sorry I only made it to sergeant first class. I'm sorry I only made it from 2 ranks from topping out in the Army. You know what I mean? Shit, my bad.
Look, was it your ex or was it your captain just on last week? I mean, How many firefights did he bring you into?
332 firefights in a year.
Different exchanges in 1 year. He's trying to get your ass killed.
And then I get told, you're an sorry excuse for a leader. I'm like, or a sergeant. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry there, Captain ROTC.
Yo, you know what this picture looks like that he's got in there with his ROTC uniform? It looks like a fucking Reggie Miller's sister.
Well, I didn't even look that closely because I couldn't look at his face. He looked like Curious George.
Big ass fucking ears, man. I was like, wow, look at this guy's got his ROTC uniform on. This is terrible.
I was waiting for the man in the yellow raincoat to come get him anytime now. You know what I mean?
Some pickle sniffer.
Was it the yellow raincoat or the yellow hat that would fucking get Curious George?
I bet he still has his blankie and all that shit.
Man in the yellow hat.
It was,
Yeah.
huh? It was a man in the yellow hat that would wrangle Curious George's ass up.
Yo, Kelly.
Yo.
We were dying on the phone yesterday, me and James, talking about if you bought James a car and took the shit back.
About what?
Remember if Kelly bought you a car and you got to pimp the ride for about 2 days and Kelly comes back like, yo, I got to take the car back.
Yeah. I was talking about my car being broke down, right?
Yeah.
And I was saying, yeah. I said, Kelly's a good dude. Kelly, get me a car. And he goes, yeah, but could you imagine going home and telling Sam that you bought me a car? Kelly come back next day going, hey, dog, I got to get that car back. You know? And I was like, and I'd be like, he said it'd be all cool and shit. And the fucking rollback would come and drive away with the car.
Popping bottles at the strip club. Kelly goes and knocks on the door, and then James got 2 hoes with him. Dog, I gotta take that car back.
2 big hoes in the back seat. Kelly goes, hey, dog, I hell broke loose at the house, and I gotta get that car back, dog. I'm like, oh, shit, all right, man.
Kelly shows up with a car.
Hey, you want me to drive back? No, I got a tow truck coming to get it right now.
That's true, too. Oh, God. I need a bigger truck, though. You got these 2 fat O's.
Look, 2 big fat O's.
Big fat O's in the back. Kelly,
James is going cocaine with 2 O's, and Kelly comes to get his car back.
Hey, Kelly, they're taking the Hellcat with the hose in the back.
Yo, what would you do if James resist arrest like Rescue 911? What I'm written next to Rescue 911? Fuck you can't have my car, it's my car.
Hey, dog, I saw that you wanted a car, and I see that we were helping you. We were going to put the stuff in it, like on the show. But we got to take that car back, dog.
Take that car back, man.
I'm about to be living in it.
Like, hey, Jay, remember that car I gave you yesterday?
You remember that car?
Remember that car I gave you yesterday? I need that back.
Hey,
I need it back, man. Hey, how about Kelly getting on mad and shit? Damn, James is not returning my calls. I'm gonna have to go to his house.
Hey, Kelly would look all Debo and she'd have that crooked eye like Debo and go like this. Hey, James.
What you got in my car, dog?
Yeah, I'm gonna need that car. It could be both of our cars, but it's gonna stay at my house.
Yo, how about that? What's up with our boy Bobby Sanchez?
Oh man, I love Bobby, man. Bobby. I think Bobby gets stressed out from work, and he works a lot of hours cleaning out shitters.
He works tons of hours, bro. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck he was gonna be cleaning at midnight.
Yeah, well, I know what he's cleaning at midnight, but he's cleaning resin out of fucking crack pipes.
Fucking push.
But he's
cleaning Ryan's puppy.
He's cleaning Ryan's horse puppy.
his little puppy dog.
But
bro, Bobby Sanchez needs to get on that. Bobby Sanchez needs to blow this dude's fucking inbox up.
Bro, Bobby Sanchez is our fucking horse for that, bro. He's our horse. He will call that motherfucker hard in the night.
He ran like he did Charlie Z.
Like Charlie Z.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, guys, Ryan Truell, dude, do it. Fucking do it. And
do it.
We will hook you up. We will hook you up. Also,
dog, if you have proof that he deactivated.
If you have proof that he deactivated, bro, I will send you a pair of signed boxing gloves.
We'll get We'll get Virgil Ortiz. We'll get Fernando Vargas. Everybody to sign these gloves.
Yes, Mikey Garcia. Bro, I will get.
That's a big gift. That's a huge gift.
If you can get him to delete his Facebook, We will get.
Although I may keep that motherfucker and put it on eBay, but.
Hey.
Kelly Pavlik's a dick.
Hey, James, you want your car back?
Here, James, here's your car, man. I got these badass gloves. Yeah, give him fuck your car. I got these badass gloves.
I'm keeping this.
Hey, I'm gonna take that glove. I gotta take the car. And bad news, brother. I'm taking the glove too. Not the glove.
Yeah, I'm taking the glove. Hey, James is gonna be like Red. Remember when Red tucked his chain into the shirt?
Yeah. Hey,
James is gonna try to hide the keys out of the gloves.
Hey, bro, I had to
Big Kelly Pavlik's gonna come for all this shit.
Get this, dude. I had to sell a pair of Mikey Garcia championship fight gloves that he used in the fight for his WBO title. I sold those gloves for $1,000.
Yeah. But what was that movie though? Fucking what you guys were just talking about it.
Waterboy?
No, D-Wo.
Friday.
Friday, he kept taking everybody's shit.
That could be both of our cars.
Everybody be like that when I start walking by him. James and his brother be in the house like, dude, sit down on that couch.
Go ahead, a golf cart.
He's gonna take our bottle of water and chains.
Yeah, he's gonna take our couch. Sit on the couch. Don't give in.
Motherfucker.
Like, James, I need that fucking couch, man.
Hey, you see, like, how'd he do? He goes, ran like this and got in his car and took off. He goes, after he got robbed.
Hey, you got Kelly speaking in third person. Hey, Kelly needs his car back.
Yeah.
He goes, ran away. Yeah, Alicia, I've known Rebecca for about 25 years, and Alicia works with the show. She's one of our correspondents. I hope she don't forget that she's a correspondent at our show, though.
All right, Damon, we gotta close down. I gotta pee.
All right,
my brother.
I'll talk to you on Facebook later. Tag me in this shit.
Remember, guys, Ryan Truel.
Y'all have a good night, all right?
You too, bro.
You too, homie.
All right, brothers. Later, homies.
Later on, bro. And that was Damon, guys. And also, like I said, we're getting ready to close it up. We thought we'd have a little bit of just retard fucking fun bullshit going on. And like I said, man, Ryan Truel.
Dude, that's always fucking Damon. He's something else, man. He's funny as shit.
Yeah, he is.
Makes it fun.
Ryan Truel, Truil. Just call his number, leave him nasty messages.
Inbox him,
say funny shit, make fun of him, talk about his mom running away with the nurse practitioner, stuff like that. And just keep doing it, and we'll shut his Facebook down. I guess he'll never talk shit again. So,
Bro, look at the size of that head.
Well.
Look right there. Damn.
What?
Blue moon.
You now saw me standing alone. Oh, shit. But yeah, that was a good show today.
It was.
I thought
it was really good. Carlos, great interview.
Carlos was great. Your guy was
Thomas,
good.
Young prospect coming up. Mattice, good power. I like that. I like shows like this today. Obviously, I like every show we do.
Well, I think some shows we flow more relaxed and it's funny. You know what I mean? We start laughing and stuff.
But the interviews today were great. You know, we always have great interviews too, and I don't care. You can't deny it. I mean, look at the guests that we get on. But, you know, this young talent thing that we're going to be doing, also get some of these young guys on. I think that's going to be good because a lot of them, they do interviews, but they're overlooked and they're caught up in some of these because the other big shows have the champions and highly talented prospects. I think this is going to be fun to get the guys out because we got a lot of boxing gurus and degenerates that love boxing.
Degenerates.
Yeah, fucking pretty much. And they love boxing and they like that shit. They want to see what's coming up.
I think the thing is too, I think a lot of these prospects and these fighters, they get asked the same stupid bullshit questions 100,000 times. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it becomes basically automatic, right?
Yep.
Well, what we try to do is ask the questions that no one else is asking and make them laugh. You know
exactly.
What I mean? Dude, who would ever in 100 years laugh with former world champion about pussy cow?
No way, because it was funny. The commercial was funny. Hey, Scott Best said, spell the last name again for his stupid ass.
I believe it's Ryan Truel, Truil.
Or something like that. I thought it was maybe an E in there.
No, let me look. You scroll up and I'll have it.
Oh, he was on?
No, they had his name spelled. Damon did. Name again. Let me see down here. Damon put it on here. Oh, Truil.
Truil.
Ryan Truel. Ryan Truel. Truil.
You guys are laying off D-Rock. I won't put him in that. You guys roasted him pretty good.
I'm not going to add D-Rock just yet, but I'm going to give him a chance. Because I don't have a problem with Derek. But yeah, great show, and we're gonna line up that night of the contenders where we have Garcia, Ortiz, and Conlon.
Yes.
Michael Conlon, and all three of them. That's hard to get all three of them because Virgil is busy today with Indian camp.
Maybe with that one, if we could get a 5 o'clock start, or is that the next week with the 3 prospects.
Also, I talked to our girl Delilah, and she's going to get Virgil Hill for us to come on the show. World champion Virgil Hill.
Shit, yeah.
That's huge. We got Matthew Macklin coming on.
Virgil Hill, man.
Fucking warrior.
Wow.
We got Matthew Macklin.
Yeah.
And Jesse Vargas. Eventually,
Yep.
Jesse Vargas.
Coming. Sergio Mora.
Fernando Vargas.
Yep.
Anybody else we have lined up this year?
Not yet. We'll figure it out.
We're just going and going, guys. And like I said, if you guys like the show and you appreciate the show, share it and give us a like on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube for us and share it. That's a big thing to us. And like I said, the person that shows the most love will show most love back with merchandise and equipment and autographs and things like that from Kelly.
I sure did, Rebecca. It was fantastic. I had I tried the Brazilian yesterday when I got it. It was supposed to be morning. That supplement stuff.
Oh, you said Brazilian. What have you been doing?
Yeah, Brazilian. But I tried that yesterday, and then I went to the Italian. I'm gonna do that for the 30 days.
Yeah.
My Brazilian will be next month. Italian and Brazil.
And like a great show, guys, and we're out. And if you guys have any questions for us, go ahead and ask the questions even offline, and we'll answer them for you.
Because after these messages,
we'll be right
back.
Do you remember that dog on the commercial get sprayed with the water from the fire hydrant on that cartoon?
Oh yeah. Like yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're out.